7 to shoot for Hawaii. Left wing 3 from Bales, and it banks it in.
That's luck, and sometimes you need luck.
Atten to trigger, to TJ. Starks against Madukes. Couple alpha dogs. Dancing on the rim. How about Brown with the putback, and he can't quite get it, and that's how it'll end. Darius thought he was fouled, but Cholina, secures the rebound and the win for Hawaii. And Brown in disbelief.
The following digital content is produced by the CSUN Sports Network and presented by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center. CSUN Matador Sports Properties in Learfield IMG College would like to thank the following corporate partners: Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, Under Armour, Northridge Toyota, Buffalo Wild Wings, True Barbershop, Mid-Valley Dental Care, the Warner Center Marriott, AAA Flag and Banner, Meridian Point, the Airtel Plaza Hotel, the Sundial, and Sisto Sports Medicine.
Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the Matadome. Ghazal and Allen back with you. Matadors Basketball, CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center. Of course, also sponsoring today our good friends at Tri-Level Images as well, are the game day sponsor today, as Allen and I are back with you for another afternoon of basketball between Hawaii and CSUN. Allen, you heard the highlight coming in. It may have been a low light for the Matadors, the Bales three-point basket, but with the way they played in the first half, falling behind by 14 points, all of a sudden the Matadors, AZ, they roared back and were able to have a chance to win the game. TJ Starks had a shot. What an effort by Darius Brown on the follow, but just it wasn't out to be yesterday. Hawaii with the 1-point win.
You know, I asked Darius just recently about that follow-up, and I asked him, where did he thought he got fouled? Did he think he got undercut? What happened? He said, you know what, I'm not sure. I just felt like I got pushed to the back or something. But basically he was saying I should have made it, you know. I wish I would have made it. And the Matadors just showed the kind of toughness that, is in this squad. They're a little short-handed maybe, but they will always try their best. And that's what I was most impressed with yesterday.
Matadors today back at it for a second game. Now, Hawaii has been better on the second half this year than the Matadors have. Now, to be fair, they've played more of those games at home. Coming in, when Hawaii joined the Big West, they had that big year in 2016 where they actually went to the NCAA tournament and they actually won a game that year. But Hawaii generally hasn't been as good. So for their first, from 2016 to 2018, 3 years, they were 8-4 in second games of back-to-backs on the mainland. Since then, since 2019, they're 2-8, including 1-1 this season. But obviously, the formula is a little bit different this year. You're not traveling between games. You're sitting down in one place, and you're playing 2 games against the same opponent. And when the Bows have done that, they've actually been pretty good, particularly at home. Coach Ganot's made some really good adjustments. They played tough against Santa Barbara that we saw, and they, of course, knocked off Irvine at the Stan Sheriff Center a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Ganot ever makes mistakes. His judgment is always spot on, and he does such a good job making sure that his team is prepared for those second games, because he's had a chance to take a look at what Northridge or anybody else has had to do. He understands what his team should do the second game, and then his players are smart enough and led by a good leader in Webster to come out and try to implement it on the floor. So I'm not surprised that they're doing a little bit better and that they will do better. And today, let's just hope the Matadors aren't behind and allow them to feel real good about themselves.
All right, we just got word that there's an issue. So tip is being pushed 20 minutes. So instead of at 4 o'clock, we're right now at a 4:20 tip. We can't give you any more information than that. Obviously, I'm sure you can guess what's going on. We're going to step out for a moment. We'll come back. Alan and I will still have the pregame for you, but we're checking on a couple of things, and we'll talk to you in about we'll play a break, and we'll come back in the break, and then we'll break down the rematch between CSUN and Hawaii. This is Matadors Basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level. Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Rain delay programming here at the Matadome. Ghazal and Allen with you. The last time I was on the air with David Gascon, actually, we were doing a baseball game for UC Riverside, and we dealt with a rain delay. We had a 40-minute rain delay, and we weren't sure what was going on. And this is back when we actually were on terrestrial radio at the time as well, and so we weren't sure what to do because we didn't have a talk back to the station. We're streaming to the radio station. And finally, after about 40 minutes of stalling, we called the station, and the manager said, "Hey, I've been listening to you the whole time. You guys sound great. You should have checked with me. I could have run a bunch of commercials for you if you wanted." So obviously we don't have that luxury here because we're doing the direct stream. But in case you joined us late, there is a delay today. We've been told the tip time, which was supposed to be at 4 o'clock, is now 4:20. Include all the jokes you want with it. But Alan and I will be on. Pregame will be extended a little bit, so our pregame sponsors get a little bit of extra, a little bit of extra push, a little bit of extra cheese, as they say. Of course, also our friends at Tri-Level Images, who are the game day sponsor today, gets a little more traffic as well. And the Matadors will set to take on Hawaii as soon as they can. I discussed this in the pregame with Mark Gottfried, Alan. It seems to me the strategy now and you've mentioned this too. I'm not going to, it's fairly obvious if you watch basketball and know anything about it. The opposing defensive strategy is keep Darius Brown out of the game and not worry about what TJ does. If TJ's going to go for 30, we're good to go. Anything new? Anything change?
No, he's just letting us know it looks like it is going to be the same tip time.
Okay. Oh, it is. Okay. Yep. So we're going to be at 4 o'clock.
4:18.
4:18. Okay.
He thinks it's going to be about 4:18.
Well, he thinks. I mean, we already knew that. Like, he's not giving you anything new.
I think maybe he didn't know that. That we knew already.
Of course. I mean, first of all, it was Steve Chen guy over that way. When's the last time he knew anything that we didn't know before him? Come on, be fair, AZ. I'm not trying to be mean. I like Steve; he's a good guy, but be fair.
He's a great guy, but he was just trying to be helpful, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. That guy's going to be. I won't say it, but no, we love Steve, of course. The strategy seems to be to keep the ball out of Darius's hands. They will deal with TJ, averaging 20-plus points a game now, obviously, after the big outburst yesterday. I think officially 20.5 points per game. It's up to the supporting cast. Now, yesterday, the Matadors got 9 from Alex Merck-Veladze, 11 from Brendan Herrick. Ergo, they were in the game late, had a chance to win late. That hasn't always been the case, AZ.
Exactly, and as a matter of fact, had the Matadors just shot a little closer to their percentage, which is about 42% a game, if they shot 40%, they probably win the game maybe by 4 points. So for the Matadors, it's really about getting other guys to step up, but you're not going to be able to get 30 points again, I would think, out of TJ. So he's just going to need a little bit of help. And then also taking the ball out of Darius's hands, I think, is extremely smart, because anytime you can make the Matadors maybe use an additional 5 to 8 seconds off that shot clock to get into their offense, and you've got young players on the floor, you're hurting them. So that's a smart move by the coaches, and they understand the Matadors don't have three-point guards, kind of like they've had in the past.
The other situation that the adjustment Mark Gottfried made yesterday was he went small and he went zone. Now, it looks like they're going to do the same thing. Starting lineup for the Matadors today, Brown, Starks, right, Herrick, Merck-Veladze. So they're going small again, I would guess, if they're going that small, they're going to go zone.
I would think so. I think they will probably have to go zone. If you're going to go that small, you're going to have matchup issues anyway with the big. So if you're going to give up some offensive rebounds, you're hopeful that you're making them take some long shots, and maybe you can get a long rebound and make, and then get a fast break if you're able to grab that long rebound on a miss from a three.
Yeah, Alan, we just got word that a decision will be made as to whether this game is being played at 4:10. So the tip time, as you mentioned, was going to be 4:18. They're dealing with obviously it's a COVID-related issue. We can't go into any more detail than that, but they will tell us one way or the other, yay or nay, by 10 after 4. But I'd urge you to stay with us on the pregame. We'll give you all the information possible. I'm going to keep a positive mindset here, and that we're going to play today, AZ.
That's what you have to do. I know one thing, the Matadors desperately want to play. For them, because they've been off for the last 2 weeks and because they're shorthanded, they want to get playing experience and time for these young men. So of course they want to win, Gonzalo. I'm not saying about that they don't want to win, but playing the game is, to them, even more important than the victories. They have to get experience for this young team. They want Fidelis to get a chance to have more opportunities so that he can feel better about himself scoring around the basket because he's been struggling. They want to be able to see if, Armand Anderson is feeling good about himself. He played a little bit yesterday and helped the Matadors. So they want these young guys to get some playing experience, and to not play just really hurts them.
Yeah, and what we're talking about, if they're denying Darius the ball, Atten Wright and Armand Anderson are going to play prominent roles in terms of helping the Matadors advance the ball into the front court and run their offense.
I thought Atten Wright did a good job last night when he had the ball and they were actually putting some pressure on. He kind of speed dribbled the ball up the court, and he didn't have a turnover. Let me just make sure. I don't believe that Mr. Wright had a turnover last night, and he did not. So that means that he's feeling confident. If he's got to help bring the ball up, if he's got to help maybe start the offense, he probably has some confidence that he can do that.
Yeah, and the other aspect of it for Anderson and Wright is they're going to put their best defenders on Darius Brown and on TJ Starks. And not to be disrespectful of anybody, but if a guy like Atten Wright and a guy like Armand Anderson, although they're inexperienced, they were big-time scorers in high school, they should be able to muster some resistance playing against the third and fourth best defenders of an opposing team.
Exactly, and believe me, when it comes to confidence, Atten Wright's got boatloads of confidence. Anderson is a little more low-key. You don't see his external confidence that you'd see in an Atten Wright, but they both feel confident in their abilities to help this team win. And actually, I thought the and one that Armand Anderson had yesterday was huge. He had a layup attempt. He was fouled, and then he made the and one. So Matadors getting some young guys, some experience, and that's a good thing. But hopefully they'll get a chance to play today. And I think they will, Gonzalo. Like you said, we're going to keep it positive. We didn't come all the way out to the valley to just talk for a half hour and then not get a chance to watch these young men play.
You brought it up yesterday, and Coach agreed with you. As we dialed Coach up on the post game yesterday, you were making the point about the Matadors needing to make buckets in the front court. Coach agreed with you last night on the post game, and then in the pregame today, he made that point again. Hey, we need to get baskets from the guys in the front court. The solution, I guess, to you is Miles Brookins walks by us, and he would be a big answer to that question. How do you go about doing that, Alan? How do you go about? I mean, I guess they were getting shots yesterday. They had looks. We looked at the film. I think it was 8 to 9 point blank, right 6 feet and in shots that they were missed without any contesting. It was they were turning into the basket. They simply weren't hitting the shot.
Well, Gonzalo, you're being very kind because literally there were eight shots all around the baskets between Mr. Ndumanya and Mr. Okereke, and there was one basket made, and that was a dunk by Festus. So to answer your question, they just have to make the shots that they've been making their whole career. It's not like they're having some tough shots, and a couple of them were blocked, but I just think they have to not worry about missing. I think right now they're more concerned about missing than making the shots they've always made.
In a delay, ladies and gentlemen, here, Matadors and Hawaii, 4:18 tip. So hopefully we'll get word that the game will proceed, and we'll step aside for a moment, and we'll come back with more on Matadors pregame. Hawaii and CSUN, the second of two. We're back with more on Matadors pregame after this.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level. Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
Where's Northridge Toyota? It's where I come to get great deals on my favorite cars. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I get impeccable service with a smile. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I go to feel at home. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where they have 64 service bays to fix any problem.
Northridge Toyota, your neighborhood Toyota dealership.
Northridge Toyota is located at 19550 Nordoff and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics.
Matadors pregame here at the Matadome. CSUN and Hawaii scheduled a tip at 4 o'clock, so we apologize. We're not tipping because there has been a delay, and we won't know for another 10 minutes if we're playing this game or not. I'm Ghazal, he's Alan, back with you. Matadors dropped this one yesterday, 75-74, and as Alan mentioned, I mean, they're anxious to get back out there. You know, after you lose, you want to get back out on the court as quickly as possible, try to turn this around and get a split. The Matadors have split every Big West Series they played. The only one they've been swept on was here on January 22nd and 23rd, where Santa Barbara kind of took it to them a little bit.
Santa Barbara's been taking it to everybody except for Bakersfield last night. Santa Barbara was up 19 against Bakersfield, and then Bakersfield actually was able to get that basketball game down to 3 points with under a minute left. So Bakersfield, the next team up for the Matadors, is one of those teams that will battle from start to finish regardless of what the score is. They're going to keep fighting until the last horn sounds.
Yeah, Bakersfield, they're just happy to be in the Big West. They're so happy to be in this conference. They don't need to worry about airports anymore. Every trip's a bus trip. I mean, and their one trip they have to go to an airport, they get to go to Honolulu.
Yeah, how about that? You know, it's like they're thinking that it's Christmas every day. And from November on, it's been Christmas.
I mean, listen, and you know, we did our little preview earlier with Jeff Gorham and Mikey McPaio, and, you know, I knew that they were going to have such a great year because I do believe they have a significant home court advantage in Bakersfield for a variety of reasons. And then also I believe they're just ecstatic to be in the Big West. They wanted to be in the Big West, and that's so much of it, you know, from a strategy standpoint.
You said they've got a home court advantage for a variety of reasons, you know. Yeah, give me.
Well, listen, it's not because it's not an easy trip.
Exactly.
Because
Thank you.
I mean, you're taking a bus, okay, and, you know, I guess for Irvine and for CSUN and for Long Beach, a little different, right? Because from each of those three, it's a straight shot. But I mean, try to get to Bakersfield from Cal Poly or from Santa Barbara. I mean, yeah, you're going to say, or Davis, oh, it's just a 2.5 hour drive. Sure, but not like you're talking. You know, you get on the freeway, close your eyes, and you're there. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's a 2.5 hour bus ride from Cal Poly, but not like a regular 2.5 hour Cal Poly bus ride, if you get my meaning.
Yes,
and that's not. I'm not trying to demean
No,
Bakersfield or anything like that.
actually,
it's a tough drive.
I actually think for Bakersfield's sake, they deserve that after all the travel that they've had to do.
Right.
I mean, I think it's fair that some teams have a little difficult time getting to them where it's just not so comfortable and easy, and they'll have to get used to that. Bakersfield is, I tell you what, if Bakersfield takes a 4.5 hour bus ride, they probably felt like that's about a 30-minute flight.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they feel so comfortable, it means nothing to them. And because they have a mature team, mature players, a great coach, and, you know, and they guard from start to finish, this is, like you said, this is very, very much a joy for them.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and they're used to busing. You know, your good friend Rod Barnes. I bumped into Rod Barnes last year. I was doing a baseball series in Las Vegas, and I forget it was on the way out or on the way back, and stopped it. We ended up at the same Panda Express, of all places. Me and Rod, me and Coach Barnes, we were in line together, and I was talking to him. They were either going to or coming back from Southern Utah. They were playing in the NIT, or it might have been the CBI or whatever. They're coming back from Southern Utah. Our good friend Chris Pompey.
You know, it's something, you say my good friend Rob Barnes, and it feels like he's my friend, but I have not had an actual conversation with Coach Barnes.
No, I'm kidding. I just remember.
Yes.
I just remember when you were doing the Long Beach game.
Yep.
How Dave Caldwell asked you. So
yeah, it's like he's like a friend that I don't get a chance to talk too much because of the love and respect that I have for the way he runs the program. So I just love the way you're always able to make me laugh, because there's inside jokes, ladies and gentlemen, that you have no idea what's going on, but Gasol knows exactly.
Well, no,
what
but I
he's
mean,
saying.
so we know, and people know this. You know, Bobby Braswell, who coached here, he is your good friend. You grew up with his brother.
Yes, I have, and as a matter of fact, I was Bobby Braswell. When I think of Coach Barnes, the first person that comes to my mind usually is Bobby Braswell, because there's a type of a very tough love that they both give their program, and their kids fight, tooth and nail when they get on the court. So that's another reason why I have a lot of admiration.
Well, and
for him.
you know who thinks highly of Coach Barnes is Coach Gottfried and Coach Herrick.
Oh,
they
yes.
both think very highly of Coach Barnes because they had an opportunity to compete against him in the SEC.
Exactly, and so they have a lot of respect for him, and they've got a lot of respect for each other. I'm sure Coach Barnes feels the same way. But, the coaches in this conference, the new coaches, we're talking about Coach Barnes, but I just love the way that the coaching fraternity in the Big West, they look out for each other, they care for each other, and I tell you what, when they're on the court, they're doing their very best to beat each other.
So we just got the thumbs up. 4:18 p.m. is indeed the tip between the Matadors and the Bows here at the Matadome. We'll step aside. We'll come back with Z's Keys, and then we'll hear from Mark Gottfried with more on Matadors pregame, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fanchesters proud and follow the tribe, the B-Dubs, so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Little Luther Vandross there. The ball is tipped. It won't be tipped for a little bit. Alan, it's what everybody pays to hear, okay? The PhD of the hardwood. Alan Zinsmeister, Dr. Z, the good hands man. Once intercepted a pass of Warren Moon. Throwing that in there. Z's keys. What are the keys to victory for the Matadors, AZ?
Keys to victory, always on the second game, it's really kind of like the intangible. So in this case for the Matadors, it's going to be the 3 outs. They must outwork the Bows. They must out-hustle the Bows. And ultimately, Gasol, they must outscore the Bows. Everything else, yesterday the Matadors did a pretty good job. They out-rebounded them. They did a good job with second chance opportunities. They just didn't shoot well enough. So today, it's going to come down to those intangible things where somehow, some way, you just do everything a little bit better than the team you're playing, and you come home victorious.
It's part of Matadors pregame from Dignity Health. Mark Godfrey joins us on the Coach's Report, presented by Mid-Valley Dental. What's coming up next? Alan Zinsmeister has spoken. We're back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level. Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
Welcome back, Matadors pregame. We're joined now by Mark Gottfried on the Coach's Report, brought to you by Mid-Valley Dental. Just a bit short yesterday, Coach, but we talked in the postgame, and you were happy with the team's performance. I want to bring something up, and we've talked about this. It seems the opposing team's strategy has been more increasingly to just keep the ball away from Darius. They're in denial on him, and they're okay with TJ hitting up big as long as they can contain the scoring to those two. Yesterday, both Alex and Brendan gave you a bit of a boost. 20 points between the two of them helped make it close at the end where you guys had a chance to win. How important is that supporting cast, particularly going forward now as we're into February?
Well, I think, first of all, Gonzalo, it is a beautiful day today. We fired up and we're ready. We are excited to play, and our guys are anxious to get back on the court. So that's a wonderful thing. We get an opportunity to play right away. And I think you make a great point. I think on any basketball team, to be a good team, you got to have some balance going. You got to have, more than one or two guys step up and be consistent scorers for you. And, to be honest, we struggled a little bit inside. We're not getting a lot of the baskets inside. I thought we opened up the game yesterday. We went inside 4, 5, 6 times. We got to get more scoring inside. And I think on any basketball team, you've got to have that. Yesterday, I thought Alex and Brendan stepped up late for us. But between Festus and Fidelis and even Alex inside, we're going in there. I think we missed 9 lay-ins yesterday. And for us to become a good team, we've got to have some balance on our inside and outside scoring inside.
As far as the young guys, Coach, the young guys have been giving you a better effort. I'm talking about Atten and Amon looked pretty good yesterday. We talked about it in the postgame. What do you expect from the two of them here on the turnaround Friday to Saturday?
Well, I think they'll be anxious to play. It's interesting. I was reading some things around the country. A good buddy Tom made a comment. Similar boat. Our young guys are getting a chance to play, and they're getting good minutes, and they got to step up. And but the experience is going to help. And I thought Amon and Ed both did some nice things. Get Alex is still a freshman. Fidelis is a freshman. He's got to be a little bit more effective. But these guys are getting great minutes.
How big was it, Coach, for you to have Coach Herrick back on the sideline yesterday? I don't know if there was a difference. It certainly felt like there was, having his presence there with you on the bench.
Well, for me, I love it. Our players love it. Our staff, such a wise coach. He's got a great perspective on things. So, sometimes it's when you make a decision, obviously very close. It's nice. For me, it gives me confidence when he agrees, or if he disagrees, I want to listen. And, it's a veteran that's really, really, good at what he does. And so from our players' perspective and our perspective, I think that's a big thing.
All right, Coach, again, thanks for the time. Good luck today. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right, guys. Thank you.
That's Mark Godfrey joining us on the pregame. We're back with opening tip after this.
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Tonight's starting lineups and opening tip are presented to you by Northridge Toyota. With over 700 new, certified, and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, they're sure to have one that's just right for you. Come in and see why Northridge Toyota is the fastest growing Toyota dealership in the San Fernando Valley. Northridge Toyota, big enough to count, small enough to care. Located at Nordoff across the street from the Northridge Mall, and proud supporters of CSUN Athletics.
Back at the Matadome, Gonzalo and Allen with you. Starting lineups presented by Northridge Toyota. First for Hawaii. In the backcourt for Hawaii, Bawali Bales, the 6'1 freshman from Sydney, Australia, Center for Excellence, played at Alexandra Park Community School, 2019 graduate. He had the game-winning three-pointer yesterday for Hawaii. He is joined in the backcourt by Noel Coleman. Coleman, the 6'1" sophomore, Leopoldsburg, Belgium, transfer from San Diego. Up front for Hawaii is Junior Madut. Madut, the 6'6" junior from Sydney, Australia, joined in the front court by Kazdan Jardine. Jardine, the 6'8" senior, Twin Falls, Idaho, by way of Boise State. And in the middle for Hawaii is James Jean Marie, 6'8" senior, Montreal, Quebec, transfer from the University of San Diego. Hawaii coached by Iran Ganat, assisted by Chris Gerlifson, Jabari Trotter, John Montgomery. Director of basketball operations is Jesse Nakanishi. For the Matadors, I mentioned they're going small today, are the Matadors. Darius Brown, 6'1", junior from Pasadena, in the backcourt with TJ Starks. Starks, the 6'2" redshirt junior from Oak Cliff, Texas. Up front for the Matadors, Brendan Herrick. Herrick, a 6'5" sophomore from Anaheim Esperanza High. And Alex Merk-Veladze, 6'9", freshman, Modesto Christian. Atten Wright, also one of the starters for the Matadors. Atten is a freshman, 6'1", from Lakewood, California, and Fairmont Prep High School. Matadors coached by Mark Gottfried, assisted by Jim Herrick, Jeff Dunlap, and John Van Houten. Director of basketball operations, Tyson Kygar. Director of sports medicine is Steve Greck. Lead student manager is Devontae Morris. Graduate assistant is Daniel Hayes. So a little bit of a delay. We averted the scare. There was a COVID test we needed to wait for results on. Apparently everything has worked out, so we're in action today, AZ.
That's a good thing for both teams, and especially for Hawaii. They have to be really relieved that everything's going to be okay, and I guess we can say that now. They're just checking out the player, and so we're all good, and they're all good, and TV is slowing us up a little bit, but that's okay. At some point this game's going to be underway, and the Matadors, it looks like they're not going to be too worried about trying to throw the ball into the low post unless it's to Alex Merk-Veladze, because they've got 4 guards out there and one stretch 4.
Jeff Ketchu, Ken Diddy, Jeremy Dente are the officials today. Matadors in the dark jerseys move left to right. Hawaii in the whites moves right to left. The reason they do that, I guess, they flip the jerseys, right? Even though we're at the Matadome. Matadors are the home team the first game. Hawaii's the home team the second game.
Exactly, and so Merk-Veladze jumping center. He hasn't done that in a little while.
So Merk-Veladze will jump against Jean Marie, and I know that if you hear the PA, our good friend Mike calls him John Marie. It's Jean Marie.
It is Jean Marie. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to take a look at the notes. I guess got to look at those notes. Sometimes the ones that are so obvious, they change up, because every young man has the right to be called what he wants to be called.
Yeah. Again, we're on the digital video platform ESPN3, but listen, let's be honest, and not to denigrate anybody, you ain't getting the stories on ESPN3 you're getting with us. They'll be lucky to keep track of the game. We'll give you the little insight. We had a great conversation with Iran Ganat after the game. Learned huge baseball fan.
Yeah, I mean he is, and it sounds like he was more happy about the baseball in the past than maybe even the victory.
20 minutes on the game clock, 30 on the shot clock. We're underway. Tip controlled by Hawaii. Bales will bring the ball right to left for the Bows. Bales squared up by Atten Wright. So a zone look for the Matadors, Alan. What do you think?
Yeah, you called it. You thought that would be the case. And now it's going to be, can the Matadors rebound out of the zone?
Bales rotates to the right side for Jardine, left of center, right from where he won the game yesterday. This time it goes through swish.
Yeah, that time he didn't have to worry about calling bank.
So pressure in the backcourt for Hawaii, and here's Darius Brown. We'll move it left to right. They're going to deny Darius as much as they can, Alan. Right side, Starks on the angle. Hands it right back to DB2. Gives it right back to Starks, left baseline. One dribble for Starks. Triple team, but he still puts it up and in.
Yeah, that's where they're going to get their low post scoring. They're going to post up Starks.
Hawaii 3, CSUN 2. We've played about a minute here at the Matadome. Here's Bales in front. Quick touch from Adut. High post right side, Jardine. Left of center, Bales fakes the 3. Back to Jardine, pick and pop action. Straightaway 3 is good.
Well, they've had 2 clean looks at 3s, and that's not good for the Matadors. But, hey, that's early. They might start missing them later.
Jardine shares a name with a Beach Boy, feeling good vibrations on that 3. High post right side, Merk-Veladze hands it to DB2. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Step back for Starks. Dances on the left side of the rim. Rebounded by Madut for Hawaii. 6-2 Bows. Here's Madut left to right, all the way down. Off the window, no. And Darius Brown somehow cradles the rebound away from Jean Marie. Brown had 6 rebounds last night. Starks into the lane. Has it pumped away. Back to Brown for CSUN. Matadors down 6-2. Played about 2 minutes here at the Matadome. High post right side. Here's Herrick to his right on the dribble. The 15-footer misfires to the right. Defensive rebound, Jardine for Hawaii.
Right now the Matadors once again struggling to score.
Bales off to Coleman. That's Noel Coleman, not Lance. Lance not suited up for the Matadors. 2-3 look for the Matadors. Left wing Madut. High post left side Jardine drops it down, big to big pass. Jean Marie left side Madut. Back left wing Jardine for 3, and that's money.
Right now the zone is not working for the Matadors because they are wide open 3-point shots, and 3 for 3 are the Bows.
9-2 in favor of Hawaii. Bows 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. They're only missed from 2-point range. Short corner right side, 17-footer nestles down through the webbing for TJ Starks. Matadors break a 6-0 run. 9-4 Hawaii, they have the ball. Madut, high post right side to Jardine, about 15 feet away to the right of the lane. Kicks to the right corner, a step above the corner is Junior Madut. Hawaii basketball, Bales with a quick touch, left of center, Coleman. Back to Bales, right side. Left-hand dribble into the lane, switches hands. Strong to the basket, no, but a foul on the Matadors.
Well, it looked like that time the Matadors changed to a man-to-man. Started in zone, then they went man-to-man, and that's why it was a nice drive that time by, I believe it was Bales, and Bales got to the rim and was fouled.
Foul on Alex Merkviladze, first on him, first on the Matadors. Biwali Bales steps to the line, the freshman from Australia. First free throw is good, it goes through swish. Bales on the season coming in was 10 of 19 from the free throw line, just 53%. 21.7 minutes per game, averages 5.7, just under 6 points a game. And he made them both, and it's an 11-4 lead for Hawaii.
Yeah, he's got to feel pretty good about himself, Bales, because, look, he hit the game winner, and he hit the first 3-point shot tonight that he took. He's feeling good, making free throws too. So
they're denying Darius the basketball, so Atten Wright brings it left to right without much problem. Left of center, Herrick. Left wing, Starks for CSUN. Baseline, cross court into the right corner to Atten Wright from Alex Merkviladze. Herrick now right of center with 10 to shoot for the Matadors. Hands it back to Wright, who gets it off to Starks on the left side. 6 to shoot for CSUN. Starks on the dribble against Coleman, drives, and it skips off the flat of the iron for the Matadors, rebounded by Hawaii. Right to left come the Bows, here's Bales. Jardine's had a hot hand. Angle right, Coleman for Hawaii. 11-4 Hawaii leads CSUN. Here's Bales into the lane. Left-handed dribble. Back top of the circle, straightaway 3. Nice closeout by Starks. 15-footer leaves it short, does Jardine. Taps the rebound right back to Darius Brown, and the Matadors have it left to right. CSUN trails 11-4 as we near 16 minutes to play here in the first half. High post left side, Merkviladze. To his right with one dribble, back to Brown. Foul line extended on the left side. Dribbles out to the wing, does Darius. Skips it cross court, and it's stolen by Coleman. Coleman back the other way, leaves for the trailer Madut, and Madut lays it up and in.
That time I kind of wish that there would have been a foul picked up by Atten Wright, that he would have just fouled and not allowed that easy layup.
13-4 Hawaii. Here's Starks the other way. Right of center, Herrick after a quick touch by Atten Wright for CSUN. Dribble handoff straight away about 30 feet out is Brown. Swings it to the right side for Starks. Ladles it right wing for Merkviladze. Fakes the 3. Attacks the rim. The runner rolls off the back iron. No. Defensive rebound Madut for Hawaii. Pushing middle of the floor. Nice change of direction by Madut. Kicks to the right corner for Coleman. Right wing Bales. To the right arc. Underneath for Jardine on the right baseline. Jardine denied by Herrick and a foul. I thought Herrick had that clean.
Yeah, I thought he did too, but I guess he came off of the ball onto his head. And Matadors right now, just like yesterday, down big early.
15-13 to play in the first half. Hawaii 13, CSUN 4. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level. Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Gonzalez Allen back with you at the Matadome. It's a 13-4 lead for Hawaii. What do you think, Alan? I mean, these slow starts have kind of become a bit of a habit the last 2 or 3 trips for the Matadors.
I think sometimes when you come out in a zone actually makes you passive on the defensive side because you're guarding an area, not a man. And you're hopeful that if you're in that zone that the three-point shots don't fall early, but they did with the three-point makes and 3 for 3. So that's what hurt the Matadors. The zone got moved a little bit. The three-point shots were made, and now the Matadors trying to switch up going to man, and they're so small. I mean, look, Mark Veladze, they say he's 6'9", but he's really more like 6'7.5", 6'8". He's the biggest man on the court, so the Matadors just don't have a good matchup right now when you're looking at Jean Marie and Madoud and, even Jardine.
The well-traveled Kazdan Jardine to the free throw line, the 6'8 senior, 63.5% free throw shooter, and he leaves that one short. Now, Jardine out of high school did a Mormon mission to Brazil, so I'm guessing his Portuguese is pretty good, but he's also married. His wife's first name is a city in Georgia. Care to guess, AZ?
No, I want you to tell me.
1 for 2 on the free throws, 14-4. It's Savannah.
Oh, okay. That's a nice name. Perfect.
14-4. Savannah's husband drops the second free throw, and it's a 10-point lead for Hawaii. CSUN basketball, right of center. This is Brown for the Matadors. To his right, now right wing, Herrick tries to launch the three, but he's dispossessed by Jardine. Must have heard us talking about Savannah. Right wing, Madout. Right side, Bales. Top of the circle. Faking the three is Jardine. He'll drive lane, put it up in off the window.
Boy, he kind of took advantage that time of our good friend Herrick. Herrick got in the air, and then he just blew right by him.
Also on the defensive side, just kind of plucked it away from Brendan as he tried to rise up to shoot the three. 16-4 Hawaii. Catch and shoot three from Brendan. Short to the right side. Tapped out by Jean Marie. Run down by Coleman for Hawaii. Coleman right to left for the Bows. They lead by 12. Right corner, wide open three for Madout. That's short to the right side. Defensive rebound, Herrick. Ahead to Brown, triggering the break. Darius slows it up. Right wing, catch and shoot three from Atten Wright, and that's money.
Boy, the Matadors needed that to go desperately, didn't they? And Atten Wright lined up that three and drained it. Maybe the Matadors now can get a couple of stops.
Darius Brown with the assist on that one. Now has an assist in 83 straight games, every game of his Matador career. Coleman with the basketball for Hawaii. His team leads 16-7. Right side, Bales. Right baseline, they go to Jean Marie. Marie working against Merk Veladze. Moving left, now spins right, puts it up and in.
Yeah, that's just a nice move. Player that's a little bit more experienced, a little longer, a little stronger, able to get inside on the youngster.
La Liberté de Quebec, where he was at the Jean Amant School. High post right side. Alex Merk Veladze, one dribble to his right, looking for Starks on the splash. Here's the 18-footer. Oh, every part of the rim, and it slips off to the right side. Jean Marie with the rebound for Hawaii. 18-7. The Bows lead the Matadors. Bales straight away, top of the circle three. Too strong back iron. Flying in for the putback is Kazdan Jardine.
Yeah, that's the bad that time, though. The Matadors can't allow that to happen. You got to get a body on a player. When the shot goes up, turn around, look for a body.
And with the Matadors trailing 20-7, timeout, Mark Gottfried will take a break here. 20-7, Hawaii leads CSUN. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
Where's Northridge Toyota? It's where I come to get great deals on my favorite cars. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I get impeccable service with a smile. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I go to feel at home.
Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where they have 64 service bays to fix any problem.
Northridge Toyota, your neighborhood Toyota dealership.
Northridge Toyota is located at 19550 Nordhoff and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics.
Alan and I are back. 20-7, Hawaii leads CSUN. Mark Gottfried called timeout. Substitutions for the Matadors. Amon Anderson checks in, the 6'3 freshman from Lusinger, and Festus Andemania. Festus, 6'7 sophomore from Anambra, Nigeria, by way of Capo Valley Christian. Left corner, Atten right, let's fly with the 3, and it's short to their left side. Hawaii with a defensive rebound. Bails up the floor, in rhythm to Coleman, and that 3 from the right side is good.
Matadors are in deep trouble, goes all trailing by 16, and this is not good. All the three-pointers are falling. The Matadors look tiny on the court. This is a tough one for them.
23-7, Hawaii up big. We mentioned they always play better on Saturday. This year they've played better on the Saturday portion than the Friday portion. 23-7, and a turnover by T.J. Starks. He was waiting for Atten Wright to pop, and Atten never popped.
He didn't pop that time, Atten, and the ball is all the way behind us. And so right now, this Matador squad, they started with a starting lineup that we've never seen before, and they're just really struggling, Gazal. And as I mentioned, I think that Hawaii is very happy that this game is being played, because they were probably concerned. The Matadors wanted to play, but Hawaii definitely has been more engaged.
Coleman around the left side, all the way down to the rim, strong to the basket, just takes it right up and in. 25-7. It's a 9-0 run over the last minute and a half for the Bows.
And on the offensive end, the Matadors aren't moving. They're standing. Look at Starks. Look at everyone's just standing. No one's cutting. No one's really moving.
Brown in front, cycles it to the right side for T.J. Starks. One-on-one against Coleman, 10 to shoot for the Matadors. Here's a screen and roll action with Andemania. Starks loses it, takes it to the rim, left hand lays it up and in.
Yeah, that was a very fortunate play for the Matadors to be able to get that ball back.
So they end the 9-0 run. Here's Coleman out of the corner again, and that's money.
Yeah, that's because it's just poor transition defense. And this is, I did not expect this, ladies and gentlemen, that the Matadors would be down so big so early.
Starks, top of the circle, 18-footer, no. Defensive rebound, Mate Shalina, the 7-footer from Australia for Hawaii. Croatian by way of Australia, the Australian Center of Excellence. Hawaii basketball, here's Noel Coleman using the screen by Shalina to get into the lane. Back to Shalina, thought about the 3 for a second, puts the ball on the floor. Back to Coleman on the right side. Noel Coleman to the basket, kicks it out, and it turns it over. Left to right comes Darius Brown for CSUN, off to Starks. Starks back into the right corner. Here's 3 from Darius, and that's money.
Well, the Matadors are trailing big, 28-12, and that's what it's going to take. Some stops and some three-pointers, but plenty of time left.
Beyond Riley, Justin Hemsley into the game along with Sholina for Hawaii. Here's Riley with a quick touch. And now Hemsley in front, the kid from Damien High. Bales, front court left for Hawaii. They lead 28-12. They'll lob for the big fella. Chalina blows the layup. Tapped out, still loose on the floor, rolls right out to Bales. Nice effort there by Amon Anderson. He couldn't quite pick it up. Bales into the lane, strong against a bunch of bodies, and the teardrop falls.
Yeah, second chance opportunity. Matadors had a chance to get a stop, not able to do it, and they had to pay for it.
18-point lead for Hawaii. Matadors basketball. Here's Starks on the right wing. On the dribble. Goes past Riley, down underneath, kicks it to the right corner. Here's 3 from Atten Wright. Skips over the rim. Ball deflected away out of bounds. It'll go over to Hawaii, and we'll get a break. 30-12, Hawaii by 18. Matadors again have to climb uphill here at the Matadome. 10-11 to play in the first half. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
Athletics. Hey Matadors, the Sundial is here to keep you connected to all things CSUN. As the student-run campus news outlet, we aim to be the voice of you, the CSUN community. The Sundial publishes fresh content online daily and timeless, community-focused stories in print every Wednesday. Check us out on the web at dailysundial.com or follow us on Twitter at dailysundial and on Instagram at the Sundial.
Has not been a good weekend thus far for the Matadors, AZ. The heartbreaker yesterday, they lose in the finals minutes, and here they trail by 18, 30-12, 10-11 to play in the first half. On the Hawaii side, 11 points for Jardine, 8 points for Coleman, 7 points for Bales. No Matador with any more than 6. That's T.J. Starks.
Yeah, the Matadors just didn't come out, well, they came out ready to play, but they came out in the zone defense, and right away the zone, which the Matadors play when they're trying to confuse people, but you know, the Bulls had a chance to see the zone pretty much within the last 8 minutes of the game, so they were ready. If a zone came out, they were ready to play against it, and the Matadors just didn't guard very well in the zone, gave up three-pointers, and that's what it's been.
If you joined us late, a little bit of a delay. The game did not start till 4:18 because of there was a COVID scare. They needed to do some testing, and you know, everything was cleared, and we're playing. You know, and listen, and I know that they don't want to use it as an excuse, but the Matadors, you know, again playing shorthanded. No Miles Brookins, no Lance Coleman, no Vontae Hendricks. For those who don't know, Ron Artest is no longer on the team. He's entered the transfer portal. So those are 4 bodies, and 3 of them are front court guys who the Matadors thought would really be pivotal to this year's team, and they haven't been available.
They haven't been available, and I'm looking at the Matadors right now, and they are tiny. I mean, Festus and Dumania is the only big out there, and you're looking at Starks, Brown, Anderson, and Atten Wright, and so you've got a tiny team that's got a rebound, that's got a guard, and if you're not making shots, then you're just going to be in trouble. And right now, down by 18 with 10:09 left in the first half. Matadors got an uphill battle.
Beyond Riley, inside to Cholina. Rotates it. Javon McLaughlin is checked in, or Javon McClanahan, is checked in for Hawaii. Hemsley out to McClanahan. They cycle it to Riley. Put it down on the left baseline for Cholina. Left corner, Riley for 3. Tips out. Tipped to himself by Hemsley. Nice box out by Brown. Hemsley actually had decent position, but Brown, because of the box out, Hemsley couldn't find his balance and tipped the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, actually, I thought that could have been called a foul, but Brown did an excellent job just holding his position.
30-12. This is Brown all the way. Here's the runner, and yes, Darius Brown strong to the basket. I like in recent games, AZ, how aggressive Darius has been to the hole.
He has to be aggressive. If he's not going to be aggressive, the Matadors are going to be in trouble. He's got to be able to drive, kick, score, do it all.
McClanahan, the Vallejo kid. 1 dribble. Right wing for Riley. High post. Hemsley turns around. The short 12-foot jumper is off. Looked like Festus had the rebound but couldn't control it. Hawaii retains possession with a 30-14 lead. Right wing, Coleman. Coleman backs off on the dribble. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Matadors down big by 16. McClanahan to Coleman right side. Coleman pulls up from 17. The shot's blocked out of bounds, will stay with Hawaii. They'll have 2 seconds to get up a shot.
Well, the Matadors have to secure a rebound if there's a missed shot. You don't want the ball to be passed to the front of the rim. That's what you can't allow. Otherwise, they'll catch it at the front of the rim and have an easy catch.
McClanahan lobs to Hemsley, and Hemsley could not get it off.
But it was at the front of the rim, and only because the shot clock went off. They're going to watch it. They're going to take a look at the replay to make sure that he didn't get it off in time. Did you think that he got it off in time?
I did not, but it was a naked eye, so we'll see. He had to set himself and had like about a half a second delay, which I think cost him the bucket.
And sometimes you could see 2 seconds, but it might actually be like a second and a half, so he might have thought he had more time than he actually did.
So here's the video, and he's on his way up. Does he release it? Shot clock is 0 before he releases the ball. It will not be a basket. Nice job by our replay official.
Yep, nice job by the officials to call it that way right from the beginning. I don't remember you calling the officials' names yesterday, did you, Gazal?
I did call them before the game.
Okay.
Same crew.
Okay.
Catch you, Diddy, and Dente.
Yep, good guys.
I'm looking for the young lady who's on the video, and she is Melody Dyson. Nice job by Melody Dyson.
Have it queued up for him.
Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Matadors down by 16, 30-14. Left of center, Starks fakes the 3. Attacks Madut to the basket, kicks, and he was kicking to right cut to the basket instead of staying in the corner.
That's what you have to do. If a man goes baseline, you stay in his vision baseline. And I don't know what Wright thought he was going to do, cutting to the basket. So that's just the youth of Atten Wright. He didn't realize you're supposed to stay in the baseline so he can see you and pass it to you.
Hawaii with the ball, they're up 30-14. Right corner, Madut. Right baseline, Hemsley. And Hemsley, offensive foul. Festus steps in and draws the charge.
Well, the Matadors are getting the stops now. Now it's on the offensive end. They need to help themselves.
So Hawaii has been held scoreless for the last 2 minutes. They're 1 of their last 5 from the floor. So the Matadors' defense has stepped up. They've made an adjustment. What do you think? You know, I asked Coach Godfrey before the game, how important is it to have Coach Herrick back?
It's very important to have Coach Herrick back. I mean, because he just settles everybody down, and even the coaching staff. So regardless of what happens today, you want to always have Coach Herrick available.
Brendan Herrick at the free throw line, kicks out front court left to Amon Anderson. Top of the circle, this is Starks, about 17 feet from the basket. 10 to shoot for the Matadors. Left-handed 18-footer off to the left, no good. Tapped out by Andamania off of Jean Marie, but it'll go over to Hawaii, and Jardine back for the Bows.
And right now, Starks is struggling with his jump shot. It's not falling for him, and but he's got to take it. He's really the only Matador offensive player who you know can get his own.
Hawaii 30, CSUN 14. We're under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Matadors defense has stepped up in this recent part of the game. Riley left side, trying to lob inside. Jardine gets it, kicks it back out to Riley, who'll attack the rim. Here's the runner, skips over the back iron. Offensive rebound, Jean Marie, strong to the basket, can't finish. Tapped out, here's Starks away with it for CSUN. TJ attacking on the right side, all the way to the rim, spins coast to coast, puts it off the window, no. Hand on it from Festus, he can't come up with it. Rolls out to the free throw line where Jean Marie has it for Hawaii. Hawaii now right to left. McClanahan left side. Left corner three for Jardine.
Yeah.
Crypto to Venmo. He cashed that one in.
Yeah, he was just sitting there waiting, and that's what you do. You stay in the corner, you stay on the baseline, and you'll get the ball thrown right to you.
33-14. Matadors now down 19. They had an opportunity a couple of times to trim the lead. They got a couple of stops, but weren't able to convert on the other end. Right corner, Herrick. Way off on the three-pointer. Falls right into the hands of Madut for Hawaii. The Bows with a head of steam. They're up 19. Underneath for Jean Marie. Good position by Andamania. Jean Marie, the little fade back. The step back off the window for two. It's a 21-point lead for Hawaii. Timeout, Mark Gottfried, and we'll step aside. Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
Smell that? It's playoff season. You know how you can tell? Because the playoffs are on. East will meet West, sevens will be bested, and banners will be lifted. So get in your car, your boat, or your train and get to B-Dubs. To celebrate this special time of the year, curl up with some wings, warm up by the TV with your closest savages, and order a frosty beer just like Mom used to pour. Merry playoffs, everyone. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
CSUN Athletics would like to thank the Warner Center Marriott for their continued support. The newly re-energized Warner Center Marriott boasts nearly 500 rooms and a newly styled American restaurant. For room rates or reservations, call 818-887-4800. That's the Warner Center Marriott at 818-887-4800, supporting CSUN Matador Athletics.
Back at the Matadome, I'm Ghazal, he's Allen, and not a good first part of this game for the Matadors, AZ. I mean, you don't want to be critical, but it's 35-14. They're allowing 56.5% from the floor while shooting 35%. It's just a tough one, man. There was a delay, and I think the delay kind of, with a young team, took them out of their routine a little bit.
That's probably one thing that we could say did that to them. But I was just looking at our keys to the game, and right now the Matadors are being outworked, and they're being out-hustled, and of course they're being drastically outscored. And sometimes, coaches can tell you, and Coach Gottfried sounded very positive, like, hey, I think our guys are ready. They're ready to come out, and they're ready to play. But that early punch in the gut with those three-pointers that went right away, bang, 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 and the Matadors' heads kind of dropped a little bit defensively. And then offensively, TJ Starks has been trying to carry the load, and he's not shooting very well, and that hurts. And so you just got guys now that you're down big, you're down 21, you don't really know what to do, you don't have the answers, and you start feeling sorry for yourself. And now this is a long way back.
Kazdan Jardine has 14 points on his own. The Matadors have 14 as a team, as we're under 7 minutes to play in the first half. First look at Fidelis Okereke, the 6'6" freshman from King Drew High. High post, left side, Merk Veladze, to his right on the dribble. Right wing, Herrick. Flashing at the free throw line, here's Amon Anderson, leaves it short off the front rim. Fighting for it is Okereke, taps it out left wing to Brown. Three-pointer, too strong back iron. Long rebound comes out to Madut for Hawaii. The Bows racing the other way up 21. Right corner, Jardine fakes the three, goes to the basket, can't finish, and then he'll get bailed out on a foul. Wow, how about that?
Well, that's a pretty tough call there. but I believe it was a foul with the body. And the Matadors that time actually on the offensive end, Gazal, they were moving the ball well. Body movement was good. And an open three-pointer for Darius Brown, the second, not in DB2, not able to hit it.
I mean, again,
it's kind of funny you mentioned 14 for the Matadors, and Jardine has 14, and he's about to outscore the Matadors all by his lonesome if he hits a free throw or two.
You know, and the fact they couldn't convert it hurts, because what a great effort underneath by Okereke there to keep that one alive as Jardine sinks that one.
It's not good. It's not good because the Matadors understand. I mean, one time on this floor they lost by almost 50 to Santa Barbara, but Hawaii is not Santa Barbara, and you shouldn't be down 23 points in the first half to any team, but especially a team that doesn't have their leading scorer in Justin Webster.
So 2 points for Jardine. He makes both free throws, 37-14. Largest lead of the game for Hawaii is 23. Right wing Brown for CSUN. Free throw line, Okereke cycles it to the left side, left angle. Amon Anderson. Quick touch for Herrick. They lob it down inside right baseline for Okereke. Okereke spins it up, and wow, it drops through. How about that?
He deserved that. He was working after the game because he had missed some bunnies, and so I'm so happy to see that go in for him.
Okereke was out here with Kalen Raines after the game, just working on his game. They're out here with Devontae Morris. Got to give respect to the team managers who really helped these guys get better. 37-16, free throw line Jardine, tries to duck under, it's poked away, stays with Hawaii, who lead by 21.
Yeah, the Matadors right now, everybody is just so anxious to try to block a shot. You have to stay on your feet. You guard with your feet. Matadors are jumping at every head fake.
Bales, Coleman, Madut, Jean-Marie, and Jardine on the floor for the Bows. They lead this one 37-16. Jardine straight away, left of center, Coleman stutter step. Here's the runner, short off the left side, but the nice tip by Jean-Marie can't convert. Defensive rebound, Herrick for CSUN.
Good rebound by Herrick. And the Matadors going like a little 5-6-0 run.
And a foul out high on Bales. You know what happened there is Jean-Marie went up high, and the bounce wasn't as true. The bounce was below his hand. He tried to kind of tip it in as his hand came down. As a result, was too strong, and Herrick there for the rebound.
It's pretty athletic play, though, I thought.
The foul on Bales, the Matadors with the sideline inbound. Here's Brown, high post, right side, Okereke, turns to his left. Left wing, Herrick for CSUN. Herrick with the dribble down to the corner and then resets between the circles with Anderson. 10 to shoot for the Matadors. Right wing Brown, top of the circle, wide open three, Merck-Baladze, too strong back iron, and tapped out. I think Okereke got a hand on it. Merck-Baladze back inside, underneath is Herrick. Spin up and under, no offensive rebound. Anderson, who puts it back up.
I like the fact that the Matadors crashed the offensive glass and got a ball inside. So it's about stops for the Matadors. Can they get this under 20 before half? Maybe they can get it down to like 15.
37-18, Hawaii with the basketball, under 5 minutes to play first half. Bales left side, Bales underneath. Bales kicks it out on the right wing to Madut for Hawaii. Madut had 23 yesterday, a new career high. Jardine at the free throw line, triple team, kicks to the left wing, catch and shoot three, Coleman. Off the front rim, rebound comes out to Anderson. Racing ahead of the floor is Brown. Nice dime by Anderson. Two, it should have been an and one. Timeout, Iran Ganat, as Brown lays it in off the window through contact.
Well, through contact, and it was just a matter of the Matadors just running their offense and then crashing the defensive glass. And so, you get the ball inside, and even if you miss the layups, if you get it inside, you get a chance to get the help defender to come over. You can get an offensive board. So the Matadors right now are just playing like they should have at the start of the game, and TJ Starks is not in the game. I think sometimes Starks, who wants to help his teammates so much, sometimes stops the offense when the ball gets in his hands. So if it's in his hands and he's dribbling and dribbling, everyone's watching. If he doesn't make a shot, that's a bad offensive possession.
37-20, Warriors take the lead, 4:19 to play, timeout on the floor. Step aside and come right back. Matadors basketball, CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level. Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag HelloHumanKindness.
CSUN Matadors Athletics would like to thank Dr. Dominic Sisto and the LA Orthopedic Institute for their continued support. The LA Orthopedic Institute is one of California's most respected sports medicine practices with a philosophy rooted in faster rehabilitation and recovery.
The LA Orthopedic Institute has offices in Sherman Oaks and Palmdale. For more information, go to laortho.org. Break up the Matadors. CSUN with the fast break bucket makes it 37-20. Hawaii well in front, but it was Iran Ganat that called the timeout, Allen.
All right, that's a smart timeout by Coach. Look, when you get up by over 20 points, and even if a team makes a 10-0 run, you're still up double digits, and all you have to do is make a couple of baskets, and now you're feeling really good about yourself. So I think Coach Ganat said, look, Matadors are getting on a little run. They're feeling happy. Let's slow down their momentum, run some offense, get a good offensive set, and put them on their heels once again.
Madut Coleman bails on the floor with Jardine and Jean Marie for Hawaii. For the Matadors, it's Brown, Anderson, Herrick, Okereke, and Merkvaladze. Right side Coleman. To his left on the dribble, left of center Madut. Cycles at left wing for Bales. Back to Madut, the two Aussies playing catch. Right corner, this is Bales. Steps into the three. In and out, no. Defensive rebound, Darius Brown for CSUN. Darius left to right for the Matadors, who trail by 17, under 4 minutes to play. Right wing three from Amon Anderson is money, and the Matadors to within 14, like you said, AZ.
That's what I thought they could get to. Now, I'm greeting. Go for more. Get some more stops.
2-3 zone for the Matadors. Left side Coleman. Anderson is tough in the zone. He's really long. High post, Madut drops it underneath. Merkvaladze denies Jean Marie. Rebound comes out to the free throw line. Here's Darius left to right. Right corner. Here's three from Anderson. Air ball right into the hands of Merkvaladze, though. Can't finish on the back end. Coleman with the long rebound back the other way against DB2. Coleman backs off, slows it down off the dribble. Left wing, Madut steps into three. Back iron too strong. Over the back goes Bales, gets it to Jardine underneath the Madut. Okereke shuts him off, and then he turns it over. Darius breaking out left to right on a foul on Coleman.
That was a very smart foul by Coleman because there's no sense to allow the Matadors to have a breakaway layup. So that was a smart foul.
He had Anderson looming. That looked like maybe an and one because Anderson was free on the wing.
Anderson hit a three-pointer, and then he got another chance at it, and it was straight, but it was very, very short. But I like the fact that I actually think that Anderson can score, but he's a much better defender. So I like the fact that Anderson's out there playing some defense.
Foul on Coleman, his first, the third on Hawaii. Left wing Anderson for CSUN. High post left side Merkvaladze. Terminates his dribble, now resets with Brown angle left. Flashing to the top of the circle is Okereke. Right wing Herrick, they drop it down to the baseline for Merkvaladze. Merkvaladze tries to spin it up with the right hand, but he can't finish. Jardine with the rebound for Hawaii. Here's Bales on the right side, over to Jardine. Bounce pass left wing, Coleman into the three. Skips over the back iron. Defensive rebound, Merkvaladze for CSUN. All of a sudden, Hawaii is gone cold. Brown left to right for the Matadors. CSUN trails 37-23. Right of center three, Merkvaladze short off the front rim. Long rebound, mucked down, and Anderson comes up with it for CSUN. Resets with Darius as we near 2 minutes to play in the first half. Hawaii up by 14. Darius directing traffic for the Matadors. Brown near midcourt, about 30 feet from the basket. Right corner, Herrick, catch and shoot three. Spins out of the orange, tapped out to the midcourt, and picked up by Brown. Good hustle by the Matadors. Okereke in the lane against a smaller man and puts it up and in.
That time he kept his eyes on the rim and scored it, and the Matadors are down 12 with 1:50 left in the first half.
And how about Darius with his fourth assist of the ball game, and the Matadors cut the lead to a dozen. CSUN now on an 11-0 run over the last 4 minutes. Angle right on the far side, Madut. Bales in front. Right corner to Coleman, attacking the baseline, out to Jardine. Right wing three over Anderson is an air ball, caught by Coleman, but he can't hold it, and ends up with Merkvaladze for CSUN. Matadors basketball. Left wing three from Merkvaladze, in and out and in.
He got fortunate. He deserved it. He did get fortunate because that ball was long and it went up high and nestled into the rim.
Timeout called by Iran Ganat for Hawaii, and the Matadors trim the lead to 9. CSUN AZ on a 14-0 run, which is impressive. What's more impressive is this Hawaii team was red hot, and all of a sudden the Matadors have shut the hose off. They've shut the flow of water off. No points for Hawaii in the last 5 minutes.
Well, Hawaii's had some open looks, but what happens is once you get up big, you sometimes relax. I mean, it's human nature. And now those shots that were so comfortable, now you know you need to hit them so you don't release it with the same type of confidence. And the same open shots they were hitting early aren't going in. So the Matadors right now, can they get another stop?
So all of a sudden now the Matadors get hot. 7 for Brown, 6 for Starks, 5 for Anderson, 4 for Okereke. That's the first basket of the game for Alex Merck-Veladze. And into the game for Hawaii comes Javon McClanahan. McClanahan, the sophomore out of Vallejo, California, and Hemsley back. Hemsley is the sophomore out of Damien. Bales in the top of the circle. Right side, Hemsley. Hemsley one dribble back to Bales. Left of center, Madut for Hawaii. Cholina back in the big 7-footer. To his right, underneath, double team, puts it up, and he puts it in.
He got away with that one that time because it's great defense that time by Okereke, and the ball just trickled in.
Under a minute to play, Coach Gottfried yelling at Jeff Ketchum. He wanted to travel.
He did travel.
Brown in front, to his right on the dribble, all the way underneath through Helmsley. Spins it up and in. What a pretty acrobatic move by Darius Brown
another
II.
Stop. The Matadors need to get another stop. They don't want to be down double digits at half.
39-30, Hawaii by 9. Bales in front. Angle left near side, Coleman looking inside for the big fella. That's Cholina. Right side, Madut. Madut puts the ball to the floor, terminates his dribble. Bayless straight away about 25 feet out. Bales, 10 to shoot for Hawaii. Right side, Helmsley sweeps to the basket, pulls up from 17, skips over the rim. Cholina with a hand on it. Out of bounds. It'll go over to CSUN.
I thought that time that Anderson knocked that ball out, so 9 seconds left. Matador should be able to get the last shot. No turnovers. Put the ball in Darius' hands and let Darius decide who's going to score.
39-30, Hawaii by 9. Biggest lead of the first half for Hawaii was double digits. They were up by 21. 2 seconds left. Brown, the leader in the lane. Nothing but net for DB2.
Like I said, put it in his hands. Let him decide who's going to score.
39-32, so a game where the Matadors trailed by 21. They've now cut the lead down to 7 as we go to the half. Matadors halftime coming up, presented by Northridge Toyota. CSUN trails Hawaii 39-32. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
It's game time, Matador fans, and at Northridge Toyota, it's game on. With over 700 new, certified, and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, they're sure to have one that's just right for you. Come in and see why Northridge Toyota is the fastest growing Toyota dealership in the San Fernando Valley. Northridge Toyota, big enough to count, small enough to care. Located on Nordhoff across the street from the Northridge Mall, and proud supporters of CSUN Athletics. Go Matadors!
It's not just a haircut, it's an authentic experience with True Barbershop. Book your appointment now at TrueBarbershopInc.com. True Barbershop is committed to serving the community and have partnered with the Matadors to unite the Valley, one haircut at a time. With a team of 8 professional and qualified licensed barbers, True Barbershop can service all ages from kids to seniors to retired and military. True Barbershop is located at 9229 Reseda Boulevard in Northridge and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics.
Matadors halftime is brought to you by Northridge Toyota, located at 19550 Nordhoff, just across the street from the Northridge Mall. Northridge Toyota is the fastest growing dealership in the San Fernando Valley. Northridge Toyota, big enough to count, small enough to care, proud supporters of CSUN Athletics. We'll start the Matadors halftime with the Matador Stat Report presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, located at 9301 Tampa Boulevard in Northridge. Save time by ordering takeout on the website from their to-go favorites menu. 20/20 and 15/15 wing combos still available for a limited time. Our good friends at Northridge Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's start with Hawaii, Allen. The Bows started off like a house of fire, and the Matadors cooled them off late. 4 points, 4 rebounds for James Jean Marie. 2 points for Junior Madut. The Matadors have done a good job on Madut. He lit him up yesterday for 23. He has but 1 basket in the first half.
Well, but I think that Jardine just kind of replaced that role in a sense with the 16 points that he has. Yeah, good job by the Matadors.
8 points, 3 rebounds for Noel Coleman, who's been solid in Justin Webster's place. Webster, remember, wasn't feeling well yesterday, didn't play in the entire second half. Bewali Bales, 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and he's really cemented his role. He is the point guard for Iran Ganat now, huh?
Right, and he's the tough young freshman who understands the offense, and as long as he doesn't, as long as he plays within himself, Coach Ganat is happy.
Beion Riley played 6 minutes, did not score. Matej Sholina with a bucket. He had a late bucket in his 8 minutes in the first half. Justin Hemsley 0 for 2 from the floor in his 5 minutes. Javon McClanahan with a 3-minute cameo did not score. Played some good defense. Let's get back to Kazdan Jardine, and he really was the answer in the first half. Started off hot. The Matadors cooled him off a little bit, though. 15 minutes, 16 points, 5 rebounds for him, 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. There was a point when the Matadors had 14 points and he had 14 points. Since then, the Matadors have scored 18 points and Jardine just has 2.
Well, let's keep that trend going and keep defending. Matadors doing a good job. At one time, it was I believe the Bows were shooting better than 51%. Now,
well, they were shooting 65. They were 13 to 23.
Oh,
they ended the first half 1 for their last 10.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, keep that going, Matadors. It's hard to do, but keep up that intensity.
Hawaii, 14 of 33 from the floor, 42%, 6 of 14 from beyond the arc, 43%, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 83%. 21 rebounds for the Bows, 7 assists against 4 turnovers in the first half for University of Hawaii. For the Matadors, 3 points and 4 rebounds for Alex Merkvaladze. He was 1 for 6 from the floor. He made that late 3, though, that went in and out and then back in. 6 points for TJ Starks in his 13 minutes, 3 of 9 from the floor. Atten Wright with a 3-point bucket in his 11 minutes or so. Darius Brown played all 20 minutes in the first half, and what else can you ask from him? 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists against just 1 turnover, 5 of 6 from the floor, and he's got 2 steals as well. Brendan Herrick, 15 minutes in the first half, did not score. 0 for 5 from the floor, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, and he's the big difference. Remember yesterday, the big difference for the Matadors, they got 20 points from Merkvaladze and Herrick between the two of them. Right now, between the two of them, AZ, just 3 points, and they've played 14 and 15 minutes, respectively.
You know, Brendan Herrick has got to hit his shots. I mean, look, he's got a couple open threes. You just have to knock them down. Brendan, that is your role. You are the designated shooter.
So Brendan Herrick scoreless in the first half. Festus Undamania scoreless in his 6 minutes. Amon Anderson, 5 points, 3 rebounds in 13 minutes, 2 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. But his defense on the wing, his defense in front of the zone has been a big difference for the Matadors.
And I think in the second half, the Matadors will probably start him. I just think that he's longer, he's more athletic, and he can make perimeter shots. He doesn't make them at the same clip as Atten Wright, but he's just a longer athlete.
Yeah, and against this team, he matches up well with Madut, matches up well with Coleman. If Webster was in there, he's just a good physical matchup. And, you mentioned he's 6'3", and he's still a young guy. You always like to joke he needs to eat a few more pancakes. But until today, with the zone, I didn't realize, man, his arms are long, Alan.
Yeah, his arms are long, and the thing is, he plays with confidence on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. He's very comfortable on the defensive side.
He's 6'3", and his coverage is almost what Brendan Herrick gives you at 6'5".
Exactly, and he's got a little bit more quickness than Brendan. And
then Fidelis Okereke got 7 minutes. He got in late, but got 4 points and a rebound, and then his defensive presence. I mean, AZ, he's a plus 14, the plus minus. There are a lot of people that don't invest a lot in that, but what I like is with the big guys down low, Jean Marie and Cholina, with Okereke down there, all 6'6" and 250 of them, they have a hard time moving around Fidelis.
Look, he was 0 for 6 last night. For him to be perfect, 2 for 2, to have grabbed a rebound and to have a plus 14, as you mentioned, in the short time that he was in less than 7 minutes, that means when he was on the floor, everybody was feeling good around him.
Matadors overall 14 of 34, 41%. They're one shot, they're only one miss ahead of where Hawaii was and where Hawaii started. That's amazing. 4 of 12 from beyond the arc. They haven't gone to the free throw line. Being out-rebounded 21-18. They're 3 rebounds down against Hawaii. 7 assists to 5 turnovers, so we're about equal in 2 steals. Points off turnovers, Hawaii a plus 6. Second chance points are dead even. Fast break points a plus 2 for Hawaii. points in the paint dead even as well. So the Matadors, although they're down 7, it could be a lot worse, and it was a lot worse. They were down by as many as 23.
Right. Look, if you're down by 23, and I believe, let's take a look real quickly. When they were down by 23, it may have been under 10 minutes.
6:23.
And then you were able to do what the Matadors did to be down by 7 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, to be able to outscore them by 16 at that short time frame, you got to feel good about yourself.
Matadors trail this one by 7. Moving on to the next part of the halftime show is the out-of-town scoreboard by True Barbershop, which is located at 9229 Reseda Boulevard and at truebarbershopinc.com. They can still accept appointments through the website. They're owned by Matador alums and proud supporters of CSUN Athletics. Daniel and David are the proprietors there of truebarbershopinc.com. Check them out. They cut Devontae Morris's hair. He's a lead student manager for CSUN. They've cut your hair, Alan.
Yep. Those guys will take good care of you. They make sure that they do a good job, whomever comes to see them.
Our game obviously got started a little bit late. They're already in the second half at the Walter Pyramid. 41-38 Long Beach State over Cal Poly. So the Mustangs hanging in against the Beach, who played at home, is ridiculous. I think yesterday was their first home game in 48 days. A couple of games just underway. UC San Diego leads UC Riverside by a score of 3-2, and Fullerton and Irvine are just underway. Irvine up 3-0 in that one. Later tonight, CSU Bakersfield and UC Santa Barbara at the Thunderdome in Santa Barbara. Your good friend Rod Barnes tries to even that series against the Gauchos. Our score here, 39-32. Hawaii leads CSUN at the half. We'll step aside and come back with more on Matadors halftime from Northridge Toyota after this. This is Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fanchesters proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Matadors halftime brought to you by Northridge Toyota. CSUN trails Hawaii 39-32. We got 20 minutes to go in this one. If you're a Matador fan, you're feeling a lot better than you felt with 6 minutes left in the first half when your team was down by 23. And it just goes to show you. And, you know, I always joke with you about it because you always talk about how it starts on defense. But I think the mindset and the effort translate, particularly in your middle of a game, especially when you're down. It gives you energy.
Most definitely. I mean, look, you always play better defense when your offense is clicking, that's for sure. And so the Matadors saw a couple of shots go in and energize them on the defensive end. And, of course, with that big lead, Hawaii has to sometime relax a little bit, and they did. And so they missed some shots. But, you know, for Hawaii, the fans, they're feeling actually really good about themselves because Hawaii is 7-0 when they led at halftime, and they do lead at halftime. So I think the Vols feel pretty good about themselves right now.
And here's a little more of a difficult question now, and give me a short answer here.
Okay.
You know, they took TJ Starks off the floor, and all of a sudden the offense started to flow. Obviously, they're better with TJ in because of his ability to take the ball to the rim. What do you think was missing there? Was he a little frustrated maybe at being down so much and was kind of breaking off the offense? What was happening there?
No, when TJ's on the floor, everybody expects him to do all the heavy lifting. He was off the floor, others just had to play, and that's what happened. The ball got moving, others took shots and made some shots, and there was no need to put TJ back in. What happens now is TJ has to realize, I don't have to worry about just scoring. Let me just run the offense and get others the ball too.
Yeah, it just seems like when it depends on who he's on the floor with. I think he trusts Darius a lot because when they're on the floor together, they seem to play well together. Not always, and listen, I don't blame him. There are a couple of passes he tried to make, and teammates either they zig when they should have zagged, or they cut when they should have dropped off. So I understand him being a little frustrated there, but in the context of the game, you got to play to the game. You can't worry about that mistake. You got to forget it fairly quick and get back on defense.
Exactly, and that's what happens. Sometimes really good players, they don't have the patience that maybe a player not as talented does, because the player not as talented understands that people make mistakes and they aren't as always perfect. But a really good player says, hey, I threw you a pass, or you weren't where you were supposed to be, and that cost us. Why should I waste my time doing it?
39-32, Hawaii leads CSUN. Back with the second half after this. Thanks for listening to Matadors Halftime, presented to you by Northridge Toyota. Also want to thank Tri-Level Images. Tri-Level Images are the game day sponsor for this one. CSUN trails 39-32 against Hawaii. Alan and I back with the second half after this. Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level.
Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I come to get great deals on my favorite cars. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I get impeccable service with a smile. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I go to feel at home.
Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where they have 64 service bays to fix any problem.
Northridge Toyota, your neighborhood Toyota dealership.
Northridge Toyota is located at 19550 Nordoff and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics.
Second half about to get underway here at the Matadome. Ghazal Hassan back with you. Matadors basketball, CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center. If you joined us late, a little bit of a delay today. We were waiting the result of a COVID test, and obviously everything worked out because we're playing right now. And also, just to remind you, Matadors today, without Lance Coleman, without Miles Brookins, without Vontae Hendricks, and then, of course, Ron Artest III, if you didn't know, he has left the team, has entered the transfer portal, and no longer on the website for CSUN. Yeah, I had a chance. Lance has got to be really frustrated. I saw Lance a little bit before the game, and he's been in and out. He had that toe issue that he's been dealing with, and he wants to get back in there and help out his team. It's got to be frustrating for him not to be able to do so.
And he's been off for so long. Even if he were to be able to somehow come back, he's been off so long, he'd be very, very rusty, so I don't know how much help he would be if he were available. But he wants to be available, so it's tough. This has been a tough season for the Matadors in regards to just they've never played a game with their full squad. But everyone has issues. No one cares. The bottom line is go out, play, and that's what you're supposed to do.
It's Starks, Brown, Herrick, Merkviladze, and Okereke on the floor for CSUN. Starting five back out for Hawaii. Bales, Madut, Jean-Marie, Coleman, and Jardine. Matadors start with the basketball. 39-32, Hawaii on top. This is Brown on the right side, moves left, working against Bales. Right corner three for Starks. Around the rim, no. Defensive rebound, Jean-Marie for Hawaii. Hawaii left to right. Bales finds Jardine on the left side. Back to Bales in front for Hawaii. Left corner, Madut only had two in the first half. Entry pass knocked away from Jean-Marie by Okereke. Jean-Marie in the corner, double team, swings it out to Bales. Bales, left wing for Madut for Hawaii. Right of center, Coleman. Right corner, Jardine fakes the three. Attacks the baseline. They spin it around in the left corner. Here's three from Madut. Off to the right side. Defensive rebound, Herrick for CSUN.
Good defense that time by the Matadors.
39-32. Warriors with the lead. CSUN basketball. Straight away, three from Herrick. That's crypto to Venmo. Converts the cash for three.
I love it when Herrick decides he wants to be aggressive. He wasn't going to take the shot at first and realize, hey, I'll do a little head fake and I can raise up and drop down the shot.
What was once a 23-point lead all the way down to 4. Good take by Bales right down the lane. Rolls it in off the left side of the iron. Herrick feeling it, right wing three. Off the back iron, no. Into the corner, hustling for it is Okereke out of bounds. Goes over to the Warriors. Hawaii leading this one, AZ, 41-35.
That time Herrick rushed that shot just a little bit, but that's okay. Just a little bit of a rush shot.
18:43 to play in regulation. Hawaii 41, CSUN 35. Bales front court left, using the screen to his right. Coleman right side. Back left to Bales for Hawaii. Right side Coleman to the basket, drops it off for Jean-Marie, and he's dispossessed by Okereke. Picked him clean. And they turn it over. Oh, that's disappointing.
That's really disappointing. Okereke makes a great play, and then I think he makes a kind of a quick pass to a man that was right there with him. That was Starks. A little too hot on the pass.
Wow. Jean-Marie was going up, and Okereke just took his wallet, man.
But he got it back. He got the wallet back.
41-35. Bales in front. Angle left far side. Bales straight away looking inside. 8 to shoot for Hawaii. Left side Coleman into the paint. Strong to the basket. Spins it up. No. Merkvaladze tips it to Brown. Darius away with it. Ahead to Herrick, and Jardine plays defensive back and knocks it away.
That's back-to-back turnovers for the Matadors. That's going to really hurt them.
Bales, give and go. Lays it up and in. Nice job working with Coleman.
Yeah, now they're down by 8. Back-to-back turnovers by the Matadors. And Darius Brown normally doesn't turn that ball over.
43-35. Darius in front against Bales. Matadors down by 8 with the basketball. Starks between the circles, lobs high post left side to Okereke. Fidelis hands it right back to TJ. One dribble, 15-footer, back iron too strong. The long rebound comes after the free throw line. Bales picks it off for Hawaii. Bales crossing over into the lane, coast to coast, up and under, lays it up and in.
I would call timeout if I were coach, only because the Matadors now are down by double digits once again, and they've been turning the basketball over. Right now, Starks is not making his shots.
Matadors scoreless over the last 2 minutes, one of their last 4 from the floor, a 6-0 Hawaii run. High post, right side, Merkvaladze for CSUN. One dribble to his left. The 15-footer is nothing but net.
What do I know? They got a point, so no need to call timeout.
45-37, they end the 6-0 run by the Warriors. Under 17 minutes to play in regulation. Hawaii with the ball up by 8. Right side, Coleman. In front, Bale. Swings it left wing for Jardine. High post, left side, Madut. Madut double team, bounce pass left baseline for Jean-Marie. And he's blocked by Okereke, but a foul on Fidelis.
Boy, Madut got away with the travel big time. I mean, he literally just traveled like you wouldn't believe. And Starks is grabbing his jersey as if he's tired. He might be hurt because Starks has been missing some shots. He might be a little tired or a little hurt.
We thought he was banged up yesterday, and Coach Godfrey kind of didn't answer the question, but he said, hey, kind of everybody's banged up this time of year, as Amon Anderson will come in off the bench for the Matadors. Jean-Marie to the free throw line, the native of Montreal. First free throw coming. And spins down. Jean-Marie now the leading scorer. He's an 80% free throw shooter coming in. Yesterday, Jean-Marie had 11 points and 7 rebounds, made his only free throw. Second free throw coming. Spins out. Okereke had it and then lost it, and it'll stay with Hawaii.
And so now the young fella, he's grabbing the rebounds, not able to hold on to him, and he had one and then threw a bad pass. So right now the Matadors, the turnovers are really hurting them.
Bales to inbound. Right corner, Madut steps into the 3, and it's money.
That was a beautiful inbound play, and now the Matadors are down 12. That's what happens when you get down big. You fight, and come back, and all it takes is a little mini run to be down by double digits.
Yeah, when you're up 7 to 10, when you're ahead, I like to call it just managing the lead. You just don't want to let it get to 4 or 5. You know, between 7 and 12, as long as you keep it between 7 and 12, you're good. Left wing, Herrick for CSUN. Matadors down 12. Here's the 15-footer left of the lane from Merkvaladze, who's eating up.
Okay, so now it's about stops. If they don't turn the ball over, they can get some pretty good looks. So can they get stops? Are they still in that zone? Yes, they are.
Hawaii 49, CSUN 39 as Anderson back in. Bales underneath, the pass deflected, and he lobs it ahead for Anderson. Does Brown. Anderson collects it, double clutch. He can't finish, but a foul on Bales. Free throws coming up for Amon Anderson.
Yeah, after the timeout, Amon Anderson got a chance to get this lead under double digits.
15:58 to play in regulation. Matadors down 49-39. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level.
Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag HelloHumanKindness.
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Ghazal and Allen back with you, 49-39. Hawaii leads CSUN 15:58 to play in regulation. Going to the free throw line is Amon Anderson. And Anderson, AZ, he missed some games with a hip injury, and the first couple of games back didn't seem like he was 100%. Well, he seems like he's got the spring back in his step now.
And they sure need to have him with that spring in his step and playing good defense. And look, he's a good free throw shooter at 80%. They need him to step up right now and hit a couple.
Yeah, Anderson, limited sample, obviously, coming into today. He's had 10 attempts and made 8 of them. And I think his impact today has even been more on the defensive side, just his length and his movement, being able to kind of move and get in the stance and slide and get in the passing lane.
Exactly, and he's able to contest and force them to look at him when he's contesting jump shots. So Anderson, he's rested, at least in the sense that he hadn't had a chance to play a lot when he had that hip injury. He sat out a couple games, and so he's glad to be back in there. He might be a little rusty maybe, but doesn't look like it because he's just playing through rust and everything.
It hurt him, I think, because he kind of came out of all the freshmen. He was kind of looked like he was a little bit ahead of the curve, and that first free throw rims out for Anderson. The foul was called on Bewali Bales, his first foul on the Bows here in the second half with 15:58 to play in regulation. Left-handed free throw spins in off the back iron for Amon Anderson. It's a 9-point game. Hawaii 49, CSUN 40. Left to right come the Bows. Right of center, this is Coleman to his left on the dribble. Left wing Madut looking inside. He's about 22 feet out. Right of center Coleman now returns it to the left side to Bales. Coleman in front, one dribble, terminates his dribble. Swings left side for Bales for Hawaii. Playing catch with Coleman down the right side of the lane. Pushed out, though, by Anderson. Madut right of center, 5 to shoot. Right corner, Coleman fakes the 3. Mid-range, left side, no. Tipped by Jean Marino. Defensive rebound, Merk Veladze for CSUN. Right to left, on the right sideline, dashing into the attack is Darius Brown II. Right wing, Merk Veladze for CSUN. They shuffle it down to the right baseline for Merk Veladze. Fakes the pass, goes right at Jean Marie. Lays it up, can't finish. Defensive rebound, Bales for Hawaii. Middle of the floor, left to right. Left wing catch and shoot. No. Jardine has it deflected by Brown, who takes it away. Was trying to get it back to Bales. Brown, right wing, thinks about 3. Off to Merk Veladze. Back to Brown. Here's 3. Front rim, bounds out. Tipped by Herrick, no. Tipped by Anderson, no. Into the hands of Darius Brown. Right of center. Here's 3, Merk Veladze. And a second chance opportunity cashed in by the freshman.
It's just the second chance opportunities because they're crashing the boards. And you were right about Anderson and his long arms.
49-43, Hawaii with the ball up 6. Bales in front, swings left side for Jardine. Across to the right side for Coleman. Bales straight away, about 20 feet out. Right wing Jardine for Hawaii, looking inside. They spin it around to the left side for Coleman. He gets Merk Veladze in the air, back to Bales down the right side. Denied by Okereke, gives him a little bit of a love tap, strong to the ground goes Bales, and a foul on Fidelis.
Well, Bales that time was aggressive to the rim, and that time Okereke got him with the body, so that's a good call by the officials.
So third foul on Okereke, the second on the Matadors here in the second half, and Bales to the free throw line. And Bales, man, he's been excellent for Hawaii. What a tough customer he is. Bales, his first name means elegant in the Aboriginal dialect of Budi Guba. Goes by Wally, B. Wally, goes by Wally. First free throw for Bales is nothing but net. Bales coming in. Not a great free throw shooter.
But he is today.
53%. Didn't attempt a free throw yesterday. Yeah, all that matters, that's the old John Margaret East line. All I care about is what they do today.
Yeah. He's perfect on today.
13 points for Bales. He's 2 for 2 with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Dare I say it, he reminds me a little bit of Darius Brown.
They do favor.
The way he plays, right?
Yeah, yep.
51-43 as he cashes them both in. Left wing Anderson. Left of center DB2. Brown goes around Bales. Terminates his dribble. Kick ball off of Bales right to Herrick. They need to reset the shot clock. They'll get about 3 seconds back on the reset.
Yeah, Brown was saying, look, nobody saw that, and the official didn't saw it. He had to actually bring that kick ball to the attention of the official.
Darius Brown, the coach on the floor in more ways than one.
And no, they still aren't going to say it was kicked.
Wow. So the shot clock remains at 17. Festus Andemania checks in for CSUN. Helmsley and Cholina back in for Hawaii. Here's Brown underneath, left side for Anderson. Anderson in front to Merk Veladze. Here's Amon left side. They spin it left baseline down to Festus Andemania playing against Cholina. Andemania uses the arm, an offensive foul. That was a good call. I love Festus, but man, you can't go through the stop sign when there's the police car right on the corner, and that's kind of what Festus did. The official was standing right there, and he bears the arm.
Yeah, that time Festus was so excited to be able to have a one-on-one, and he thought he was going to have an easy score. And Cholino smartly just held his ground and took the charge. He kind of flopped a little bit, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Bales gets a breather for Hawaii. We'll get Javon McClanahan back into the ball game. The sophomore out of Vallejo. Hemsley with a quick touch off to Madut. NBA 3, left wing is good, and a whistle.
And they called a foul underneath on Festus, I think. The shot counted, and they called a foul on Festus.
Wow.
So now the Matadors are down 11.
So all of a sudden you thought they had a layup to cut the lead to 6, and now all of a sudden the 3-point. That's what you call managing the lead, Alan.
Yes. Wow.
So Hawaii basketball on the foul. The 4th on the Matadors, the 2nd on Festus. Madut outside on the left side. Outside right, Coleman. In front, Madut about 25 feet out. Left of center, Hemsley. Back to Madut. 8 to shoot for Hawaii. Left wing, McClanahan. Middle post, left side, Cholina with the hook shot over the rim. Tapped up again, and a violation. Actually, no violation because it hit the rim and they put it back up and in.
And because the horn went off, the Matadors relaxed.
Yeah, they stopped. I stopped too. I can't blame them. High post right side. Here's Merk Veladze, the 15-footer misfires, saved in by Festus Andemania. Anderson won't finish but draws the foul. So CSUN now down 56-43, and 2 shots coming up for Amon Anderson.
Well, Anderson needs to make a couple of free throws, and then the Matadors once again are going to have to really get going on the defensive end. The defensive end is kind of letting them down, and Darius Brown has to take a breather, and he's not on the floor right now to direct the offense.
Matadors, they cut the lead to 6. First free throw from Amon is good. He missed 1 of 2 his previous time to the free throw line. He was 8 of 10 on the year coming in. The Matadors were down 6, had an opportunity to make it 4, couldn't cash it in, and then Hawaii went on a 7-0 run. Second free throw coming for Anderson is nothing but net, and it's an 11-point game. 56-45, Hawaii with the lead in the ball.
Are the Matadors going to finally go man-to-man? I actually think they may have to do a little man-to-man.
Still in the zone right now. Here's McClanahan off to Madut on the left side. McClanahan in front directing traffic for Hawaii. Slightly left of center, left wing Coleman, catch and shoot 3. Yes!
The zone now, the Matadors aren't moving in the zone. They're going to have to go man-to-man because the zone is not moving.
59-45, back to a 14-point lead for Hawaii. Starks on the right side, knocked away by Hemsley, stays with CSUN. As Alan mentioned, Darius Brown getting a breather for the Matadors. So Fidelis Okereke returns. Andemania leaves the floor for CSUN. Beyond Riley back for Hawaii. He'll replace Junior Madut. Riley is a 6'5" freshman from San Diego, Chula Vista Cathedral High. Merk Veladze gets it into Anderson. Anderson, high post left side for Starks. Starks turns and faces. Starks back on the right wing. Anderson catch and shoot 3. Yes!
Nice pass that time by Starks. He didn't force up a jump shot. Nice pass.
Took 2 dribbles, drew the defender, saw the opposite, and found Anderson to stroke the 3. 59-48, Warriors by 11. Left side, Hemsley. McClanahan now in front, working against Atten Wright. Right side, Coleman. Left of center, McClanahan for Hawaii. 3. Yes.
Yeah, see, there's no pressure on the ball in the zone, Gasol. They're not pressuring, so it's easy to swing the ball around the perimeter. Coach, in my opinion, is going to have to come out of that zone.
62-48, a 14-point lead for Hawaii. Matadors had trimmed the lead to 7 at the half. Here's Okereke out high. Left corner 3 for Stark. Skips over the rim. Defensive rebound taken away by Riley. Riley pushing middle of the floor for Hawaii. Riley all the way down the lane. Kicks to the corner. Top of the circle, McClanahan. McClanahan below the free throw line. Back to Coleman, top of the circle. Hawaii by 14 with the ball. McClanahan, top of the circle, 3. Leaves it short. Anderson taps it to Riley. Riley loses the basketball and a whistle on the Matadors. We'll get a break in the action here. 11:19 to play in regulation. Hawaii 62, CSUN 48. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
Where's Northridge Toyota? It's where I come to get great deals on my favorite cars. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I get impeccable service with a smile. Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where I go to feel at home.
Where is Northridge Toyota? It's where they have 64 service bays to fix any problem.
Northridge Toyota, your neighborhood Toyota dealership.
Northridge Toyota is located at 19550 Nordoff and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics. Hey Matadors, the Sundial is here to keep you connected to all things CSUN. As the student-run campus news outlet, we aim to be the voice of you, the CSUN community. The Sundial publishes fresh content online daily and timeless, community-focused stories in print every Wednesday. Check us out on the web at dailysundial.com or follow us on Twitter at Daily Sundial and on Instagram at The Sundial.
Tough weekend for the Matadors right now. They trail by 14 here. Lost a heartbreaker yesterday. The foul on Fidelis Okereke, his 4th, the 5th on CSUN.
Yeah, Fidelis is just struggling. I mean, look, he's in the ball game. He's got 4 fouls. He's only played a few minutes. Now let's see if I can see the minutes. Yeah, he's played a total of 14 minutes, and he's got 4 fouls. So it's tough when you're a youngster and you get in those foul trouble.
On the positive side, the youngsters for the Matadors, 11 for Amon Anderson in 19 minutes, 10 for Alex Merck-Veladze in 22 minutes. I think they're both kind of figuring things out, Alan.
Yes, and it's a growing and learning process. Matadors got to within 6, but you get down 23, and even though it's you're under double digits, it's a 7-point deficit, you get it to 6. All it takes is a 5 to 7 point run, and now you're down big again, and that's what happens. So that's why you don't want to get down so big, because when you're up big, at some point you're going to make a run as well.
So Atten Wright, TJ Starks, Darius Brown trot out for CSUN, along with Amon Anderson and Alex Merck-Veladze. Riley to the free throw line for Hawaii. Beon Riley, 6'5" freshman from Chula Vista, limited sample, 3 of 4 from the line, make it 4 of 5. Played his first 2 years at modern-day Chula Vista, then had to sit out transferring to Cathedral. Won the Open Division San Diego title with Cathedral in 2020. And in addition to playing basketball, he also was a water polo player, and he misses the second free throw. He splits the pair, 1 of 2 for Riley. 63-48 Matadors basketball. Right wing Merck-Veladze to Brown in front for CSUN. Angle left on the near side. Here's Starks working against Coleman. Here comes the screen. Over to his right. Here's 3 from Starks. Top of the circle, and it spins through the twine.
And he's a left-hander going right. Used the screen perfectly.
9 points now for TJ. 63-51. Hawaii with the ball up by 12. Coleman on the right side for Hawaii. In front, McClanahan. McClanahan, Coleman, Riley on the floor with Hemsley and Cholina. Here's the 18-footer for Riley, misfires. Cholina gets the offensive rebound over Merck-Veladze and puts it back up and in.
That's just youth. Merck-Veladze, he's supposed to be able to grab that board.
Here's Wright all the way to the basket, leaves for Brown. Brown looking for Starks, but Starks is on the same side. Drops it off for Merck-Veladze with a good cut to the basket, and he can't finish underneath, out of bounds. It'll stay with CSUN.
Well, you won't get any easier layup than that. I mean, it was a very easy layup. Just not able to make it.
So the Matadors down 14 with 10:21 to play in regulation. James Jean Marie back for Hawaii. Cholina leaves the floor for the Bows. Atten Wright lobs it into Brown for CSUN. Brown on the short corner against McClanahan. Left of center, catch and shoot three, Starks, and he's feeling it.
He's feeling it. He just needed a blow. He needed a blow.
65-54 lead down to 11 for Hawaii. McClanahan brings the ball left to right, giving Bales a breather. Angle left, Riley to McClanahan left of center. McClanahan handling in front, terminates his dribble. Angle left on the near side, Riley. Short corner on the right side. The Helmsley jumper skips over the rim and drops through.
Yeah, that's just a fortunate break for the Bows because that shot was short and climbed over the front of the rim.
67-54, here's Starks in front. TJ, right of the circle, all the way to the rim, left hand, yes!
I didn't think it was going to go. So TJ is getting hot, so it's about defense now for the Matadors. Down 11, plenty of time left with 9:29 left in regulation.
8 straight points for Starks, and he makes it an 11-point game. They'll lob inside for Jean Marie. Brown pokes it away and steals it for the Matadors. Anderson leaves for Starks left side. So Anderson thought about the NBA three, then he holsters it around to the top of the circle, switches hands, down the lane, left hand, can't finish, but free throws coming up.
How about TJ? He just needed to blow, and now he's ready to go.
67-56. The foul on McClanahan, his first, the third on Hawaii, and TJ to the free throw line. Starks, that's 1 point of his game. He's really improved, Alan. 79% free throw shooter for the Matadors this year. Over his career at Texas A&M, he wasn't a great shooter. He was under 70%. And the first one is nothing but net.
Well, the Matadors need every point, trailing by 10, 67-57, 9-12 left in regulation. As I mentioned, it's on the defensive end. And they're staying in that zone, and at some point I think they're going to have to come out of it just to put a little bit more pressure on the guards so the guards don't have a chance just to see where they want to pass the ball.
Career high 31 yesterday for TJ. And that one rattles down, and the Matadors back to within single digits. It's a 9-point game now. Hawaii 67, CSUN 58. We reached the 9-minute mark. But Wally Bales back for Hawaii, the 6'1 freshman. Here's Helmsley, same spot. He misses off the back iron. Amon Anderson takes the rebound, taken away by Riley, with the ball loose on the floor. Starks takes it and climbs Helmsley, who goes down. The foul will be on Helmsley for Hawaii.
That's only the third team foul. Or maybe the 4th team foul on the Bows, so that actually was another smart foul.
Under 9 minutes to play in regulation. Starks heating up for the Matadors. They trail by 9. The foul on Helmsley, his second, as Alan mentioned, the 4th on the Bows. Brown, Starks on the floor with Atten Wright, Alex Merkvaladze, and Amon Anderson. Here's Brown down the right side of the lane. Right corner right, fakes the three. To his left, the three-pointer. Short off the left side of the rim, and a whistle.
A flop they're going to get for Wright. And Wright that time, he had a nice pump fake and just missed the shot, and then he fell down. The official was wise to call a flop.
So a flop warning for Atten Wright. 67-58. Kasdan Jardine returns, the senior from Idaho. Well-traveled young man. Started with a LDS mission in Brazil. 67-58 Bows basketball. Madut back, along with Bales, Jardine, Riley on the floor with Jean Marie. Travel called on Jardine. Nice presence by Merkvaladze on defense.
Well, actually, it was also Anderson as well. So, yeah, nice presence by the two freshmen.
Anderson is kind of, in terms of his skills, AZ, kind of a combination of Elijah Harkless and Terrell Gomez. Yep. He can heat up offensively as Brown launches a three. And Pasadena, where you at?
Knocking down threes in the Metadome after a great screen by Merkvaladze.
Just right of center, a 22-footer. Buries it, and the lead is 6 for Hawaii. CSUN has crawled back within 2 possessions. Riley at the free throw line, dispossessed by Atten Wright, hustling on the floor. The ball's loose and a whistle.
They're going to call a foul. They're not going to say it was a jump ball. They're going to call a foul.
So the foul on Wright. No, it's going to be on Hawaii. It'll be Matadors basketball.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Gazal. I should have helped you on that to let you know that it was going to be on Hawaii.
So Beon Riley will leave the floor. He was the guilty party. Coleman back. So the starting 5 back out on the floor for the Bows, who lead by 6. Darius brings the ball into the front court for CSUN, waiting for the screen from Merkvaladze. Accelerates to the basket and up and in, taking it to the hole. Darius Brown the second.
Matador's down by 4. Darius fooled everybody. He wasn't going to pass that ball. He's being aggressive, and I love it.
So Darius with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Bales top of the circle. Jardine to the right wing. Coleman. Angle left on the far side. Bales for Hawaii. One dribble. Right wing wide open 3 for Coleman. Yes.
Yeah, that time the Matadors did not get a chance to get a hand up. He was all alone and was able to get a good look at that 3.
70-63. Hawaii back up by 7. The Matadors had made a run and quelled by the 3. Merkvaladze thought about the 3 momentarily. Now gets it back to Darius. Starks with the ball on the left side. He moves to the right side. Now into the lane and a whistle. Foul on Hawaii, and we'll get a break in the action. Hawaii 70, CSUN 63. The foul on Bales, his third, the 6th on the Bows, and with 7:11 to play in regulation, we'll step aside right now. Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
Smell that? It's playoff season. You know how you can tell? Because the playoffs are on. East will meet West, 7s will be bested, and banners will be lifted. So get in your car, your boat, or your train and get to B-Dubs. To celebrate this special time of the year, curl up with some wings, warm up by the TV with your closest savages, and order a frosty beer just like Mom used to pour. Merry playoffs, everyone. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
CSUN Athletics would like to thank the Warner Center Marriott for their continued support. The newly re-energized Warner Center Marriott boasts nearly 500 rooms and a newly styled American restaurant. For room rates or reservations, call 818-887-4800. That's the Warner Center Marriott at 818-887-4800, supporting CSUN Matador Athletics.
To 63, Hawaii leads CSUN. 7:11 remain in regulation. The foul on the Bows was their 6th. It'll be Matadors basketball. 16 for Brown, 16 for Starks, but more importantly, the 2 young fellas. 11 for Anderson, 10 for Merkvaladze on the CSUN side. On the Hawaii side, 16 for Jardine, 15 for Bales, 14 for Coleman, but importantly, Jardine had 14 with about 6 minutes to go in the first half. Matadors have done a nice job on him since then.
They've done a nice job on him, and look, it's just the way they started at half, down 7, 7:11 left. Matadors have the ball, so important for them to score this possession. Coming out of a timeout, they should be rested to play some good defense.
Now, I don't know if you remember, at the beginning of the year, there was a genius that said that Darius Brown should have been on the All-Big West team preseason, and he wasn't. And I called some coaches out and some people out for just looking at numbers. How about Darius Brown?
I don't know if the guy was a genius or not. Let's just say that he's above average of intelligence on basketball. But yeah, there was a guy who's sitting to my right who definitely called it right when it came to Darius Brown. And Darius Brown he is a very, very talented point guard. And
I don't get, like, if you watch basketball, you know that this team is just infinitely better when number 10 is on the floor.
Yep.
I don't know how anybody can not understand that. Right with the basketball, left corner. Resets with Anderson for CSUN. Matadors basketball, they trail by 7. Anderson between the circles, using the screen behind the back dribble. 7 to shoot, gets it to Starks front court left. 5 to shoot, Starks against Madu. Starks rises up left of center, 3. Oh my!
My goodness gracious, and he got hit on the elbow too. Wow.
He raising his hands as if to say, give me the foul, but the Matadors cut it to 4, 70-66. Under 7 minutes to play in regulation. Bales in front. Right wing Jardine for 3, and that spins down through the swirl.
Yeah, the zone, you know what, Gazal, I know the Matadors have gotten back in it, but I just think that you've got to now start applying some pressure. Let them see something different.
Under 7 minutes to play. Brown, top of the circle. Merkvaladze squares away the 3, and that's money.
Well, the Matadors are getting hot now, so please, I just would love to see them go man-to-man, Gazal.
2 straight 3s for the Matadors. Need a stop here. Bales in front for Hawaii. Angle left Coleman, the Belgian. Right of center, Bales on the dribble, terminates his dribble. Front court left, now left wing Madut for Hawaii. Madut puts the ball on the floor, into the corner, out to Bales on the left side. Bales underneath to Jean-Marie, and they're going to wave it off. 3 seconds on Jean-Marie.
Yeah, he was in there about 5 seconds.
73-69, Bows by 4, CSUN basketball. Jean-Marie leaves the floor. Mate Sholina re-enters the game, the 7-footer from Australia, although his family hails from Croatia. Brown, Anderson, Starks, Attenwright, and Merck Veladze on the floor for CSUN. To his right, on the dribble is Darius. Tries to get it to Anderson, deflected by Jardine. Left corner, Starks, catch and shoot. The 3 is off the front rim. Look at Darius come in for the rebound. Trying to get it in as Merck Veladze has it deflected, and a whistle and a foul on the floor.
It's going to be on Jardine because Anderson was able to get up high to grab that deflection, and behind was Jardine, who hit his wrist.
Whenever chaos happens, it's hard to measure your defensive position because you're just going for the basketball. And Anderson, as you mentioned, makes that happen, Alan.
Oh, well, I tell you what, Anderson makes it happen, but Darius Brown really grabbed a wonderful offensive rebound just to give the Matadors another opportunity.
First foul on Jardine, 7th on the Bows. 1-1 coming up for Anderson. The silky smooth left-hander from Lusinger sinks the first free throw. He'll get a bonus. Matadors to within 3, 73-70. Man, these games between these two teams, when they play here, AZ, it's always like this.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Matadors are down by 2, and nobody would have expected that if you saw the first half.
73-71. We got a long way to go, too. 5.5 minutes to play. Bales in front, off to Madut. They'll lob high post left side. Cholina, nice back cut by Coleman. He loses it on the way up, and a foul on Darius.
Darius has to be tired. I mean, he's played so many minutes and has done so much in the ball game. Matadors had a chance that time to get a stop, and a foul was committed, but maybe it was wise that a foul was committed so it wasn't going to be an easy layup.
I think Darius has been on the floor for 32 of 34 minutes. Remember, played all 20 minutes in the first half, and here's Coleman. And I like Coleman because I like his game, but I also like that he allows me to use the term Benelux. And the first free throw rolls in. The foul on Darius Brown, his first, the 6th foul on the Matadors.
It's always about you, huh? He allows you to use a term.
Now, he's from Leopoldsburg, Belgium. You know what's unique about Leopoldsburg, Belgium?
I'd like to know.
They have a football team. An American football team plays in the European League, and that's short off the front rim, defensive rebound out and right for CSUN.
Whoa, boy, that was a nice defensive board because that ball shot out fast.
74-71, Matadors trail by 3. Brown in front, swings to Starks on the right side. Starks to the rim. Starks has it blocked by Jardine. Helmsley ahead to Madut on the left side. Madut sweeps into the lane, up and under. Can't finish. The ball tapped around, tapped out by Merck Veladze, right into Brown's hands for CSUN. Under 5 minutes to play in regulation. DB2 racing up the floor. Darius to the right wing for Starks. TJ eyes the rim. TJ to the basket, dispossessed by Madut. Right back into his hands, and he lays it up and in.
Well, it looked like it was a foul, too, and I think everyone stopped because they thought a whistle would blow.
Bows 74, CSUN 73. Bales in front for Hawaii. Angle left, about 28 feet out on the far side. Madut right back to Bales. Right wing Hemsley. Cross-court pass, left corner for Coleman. Inside the 3. Here's the mid-range. Short off the front rim, and Brown away with it. Darius has it deflected. He waits for Jardine. They're going to say double dribble on Darius.
It was, but he didn't pick the ball up.
He didn't pick it up. He was waiting for Jardine.
That.
Yeah,
he didn't pick the ball up.
So Darius lost control, and Jardine came over, and Darius made it a point not to grab the ball. He was hoping to grab it off of Jardine, but I guess it didn't hit Jardine.
That's a tough break for the Matadors because they had a chance at a
take the lead.
Yeah.
73 for CSUN, 74 for the Bows. And the Bows have led from the outset, AZ. So Hawaii 74, CSUN 73. We're near the 4-minute mark in regulation. Bales on the right angle. And it's taken away by Wright. Attenwright dribbling through traffic. Attenwright switches hands over the rim. Oh! Hard break, it rolls in and out. Up the right side, Coleman. Circles back and leaves for Bales right of center. They cycle it, angle left for Jardine, who fakes the 3, and a timeout on the floor.
Wow, how about that, Attenwright? That shot looked like it was going to go, young fella. Don't you worry about it. You did a great job with the steal. It just didn't fall for you.
Yeah. Bows 74, CSUN 73, 3:48 to go. Right back with more on Matadors basketball from the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northbridge Hospital Medical Center.
At Dignity Health Northridge Hospital, patients recently participated in their own summer rehab games. Every 2 years, the Center for Rehabilitation Medicine holds an event for patients who are recovering from brain and spinal cord injuries. The games are designed to help patients achieve treatment goals, including balance, coordination, endurance, and social interaction. Patients heal and conquer goals in many ways. This event is just another way the center connects with patients on a human level.
Share your acts of human kindness on social media using hashtag #HelloHumanKindness.
CSUN Matadors Athletics would like to thank Dr. Dominic Sisto and the LA Orthopedic Institute for their continued support. The LA Orthopedic Institute is one of California's most respected sports medicine practices with a philosophy rooted in faster rehabilitation and recovery. The LA Orthopedic Institute has offices in Sherman Oaks and Palmdale. For more information, go to laortho.org.
CSUN on a 7-1 run over the last 3 minutes have trimmed the lead to a single point, had a chance to go up one. Atten Wright makes a steal and threw 3 bows, went to the bucket, just barely couldn't go in, AZ.
You know, and I thought maybe he should pull it out, but once you have a head of steam and you're going downhill, you're hoping that the officials might give you a call because there was a little jostling going on, and they could have made the call, but they didn't, and I tell you what, that ball rolled around that rim and went out.
So an alert for Matador fans, Darius Brown is 2 assists short of a triple-double.
Oh, my goodness.
The only triple-double in Matador Division I history, Elijah Harkless, last January 4th, but that was against St. Catherine's.
I'm going to call you genius now. Those are wonderful numbers. Yeah, that guy who talked about Darius Brown, genius, pure genius.
Madut bails on the floor with Jardine, Jean-Marie, and Coleman, the starting 5 for Hawaii. It's Atten Wright, TJ Starks, Darius Brown, Merk Baladze, and Amon Anderson for CSUN. Jardine between the rings, right of center Coleman with 8 to shoot. Angle left Madut for Hawaii. Puts the ball to the floor, cross-court pass, right wing 3 from Bales. That time there's no glass, but flying in for the rebound, Jardine for Hawaii. Offensive rebound for Jardine. Gets it out to the left side for Coleman. Remember, the Matadors, really small team out there. 10 to shoot for Hawaii. Left wing Madut, left corner Jardine lets fly. Short to the left side. Starts with a hand on it and a whistle underneath.
And they're going to call that on, I think they're going to call that on Jean-Marie. Yeah, he's got over the back of Starks.
So Starks will shoot 1-and-1 on the other side with 3:12 to play in regulation.
Big free throw for Starks. And it doesn't matter who you are. Big free throws always put pressure on you.
So a timeout on the floor. We'll leave it here. It's 1-and-1 coming up for Starks. We'll keep it right here. Nice conversation after the game yesterday with Ron Gannat, and it's funny because he's a coach. I remember, they won the game, so Alan congratulates him. Hey, coach, nice job. And he turns to us and said, no, it wasn't.
He didn't like the way they finished the game. He felt that we had a good-sized lead and we let them get back in it. But that's a coach for you. Even if they probably would have won by more, he might have said, I don't know, we got some things to clean up.
Reminds us of our old friend Lior Schwartzberg with exactly the same attitude. Doesn't matter if you win the game. If there are things that you didn't do right, it wasn't a good game. Ron Gannat grew up about 15 minutes from where I grew up in New Jersey. We both grew up Yankee fans. And I didn't realize his hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey, was Don Mattingly's hometown. So when he was a kid growing up, Don Mattingly played for the Yankees who lived in Tenafly. So we had a little conversation about that. Tenafly, a Dutch settlement in New Jersey.
Well, 2 New Jersey guys, they were standing nose to nose for a moment. I thought I heard in the background West Side Story music playing. I thought maybe I might have to step in between these two
guys. It's okay. Because my high school beat his high school this year. So all the bragging rights are on my side. Ramsey 56, Tenafly 40.
He didn't like it either. He didn't like it. Did you guys play against each other in high school? Did you play
No. I'm a couple years older than Coach, okay. But it was funny because it was weird. Tenafly was a small school power back then, and my high school was in the bigger league. But with population shifts, now they're in the same group. So it is interesting. Tenafly back then was known for more for baseball, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a baseball player too, so maybe you would have had a chance to play against them. You should have been a couple of years younger.
Ed Harris, the actor Ed Harris, who played
he didn't like that.
Who played Dave Moss in Glengarry Glen Ross, the screen adaptation. was also, he graduated Tenafly High just like Coach Gannat did.
Yeah, Coach Gannat said everybody always brings up Ed Harris, and you know, the first name that should be brought up. What was the first name he said should be brought up, Gasol?
Well, we were talking about Don Mattingly.
Yes, that's whose name should always be brought up.
But he just lived there while he played for the Yankees. He wasn't born there.
Well, but he doesn't care.
You know, the Sorvinos lived in Tenafly as well, but Mira did not go to Tenafly High. She went to Dwight Englewood, which is different.
Oh, big free throws for Mr. Starks. Very, very big free throws. And look, he was struggling and got tired and got a little bit of rest. And look at him. Now he's got 21 points, and now the Matadors need for him to have 23 after a couple of free throws.
Right on his average. TJ 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 79% shooter coming in. The left-hander's first free throw spins out. Tapped around underneath. Secured by Jardine, and a foul the other way on Amon Anderson.
I told you about free throws down the stretch and clutch free throws out of a timeout. You wait, and they're tough, Gasol. And the Matadors, had he made one, would have had a chance to go ahead. And now Jardine has a chance to extend the lead. That's a big miss. That's a big miss.
So it's a 7th foul on the Matadors, so 1-1 coming up for Jardine. A 63% shooter sinks the first one.
Boy, that's a tough break because you have your clutch player up there, good free throw shooter, and they hit the front of the rim and didn't go in for him.
Second free throw coming. And that one bangs out. Goes through the hands of Madut right to Anderson, and a travel on Anderson.
How can you call travel? That's a terrible call. That's a bad call. He was fouled. You can't call travel on that because he lost the ball because he was hit. And the officials right now must have gotten an earful from Gannat, and Gannat is really helping his team right now. That's a terrible call.
Hawaii basketball off to Madut in the right corner. Well, Mark Gottfried agrees with you. I didn't see it. Mark Gottfried agrees with you, AZ.
Yeah, they just missed it. That's a bad call by the officials.
75-73, the Bows by 2. Left side, Bales thought about 3. He'll take the runner, too strong. Defensive rebound. This time Anderson won't be denied. Matadors down by 2. Here's Starks in transition. Right corner, Atten Wright for 3. No. Wrong rebound comes out to Jardine for Hawaii.
Boy, Atten Wright, I thought that was going to go because that's his shot. And that would have put the Matadors up as well.
75-73 Hawaii with the ball and the lead. Angle left Coleman. To his right on the dribble. Right of center Madut. Right back to Coleman on the left side. Right of center, this is Bales for Hawaii. They lead by 2. Matadors have trailed by as much as 23. Hawaii has led from the outset. To his right, using the screen, is Coleman. Reverse pick and pop action with Jardine, who leans in as the shot clock expires. Off the back iron, no defensive rebound. Merk Veladze for CSUN. Here's Brown, 2 assists short of the triple-double. Squared up by Bales. Here comes the high screen from Merk Veladze. Swings to the right side for Anderson. Right back to DB2. Darius down the left side of the lane. Strong to the basket. Up and in and one.
How about that? They have a chance to take the lead as all if Darius Brown can knock down a free throw.
Coleman tried to slide in and draw the charge, but Brown kind of angled his way to the basket.
And he was inside the parabola as well.
So Coleman picks up his second, the 9th on the Warriors. Count the basket to make it 75 apiece. And what else can Darius do? DB2, 8 of 10 from the floor. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals. First free throw attempt for DB2, and it's too strong off the back iron.
The Matadors have missed free throws. The Matadors have missed layups. They've had their opportunities.
75 apiece, under 2 minutes to play in regulation. Hawaii basketball. Here's Bales, angle left on the far side, Madut. Back to Bales in front for the Bows. Terminates his dribble. Right corner, Madut, open 3, but he'll pass it up. To the wing, now he'll shoot 3, and graces off the front rim, tapped out of bounds, over to CSUN.
The Matadors now, once again, have a chance to take a lead. They've had so many times an opportunity, and they haven't been able to. Free throws, missed layups, everything.
So Atten Wright, Merk Veladze on the floor with Anderson, Starks, and Brown, and a timeout on the floor with 92 seconds remaining in this one. 75 apiece. When these two teams get together here on the mainland, AZ, it's always like this.
It's always like this. Look, Darius Brown missed a free throw. I'm glad that he did make the layup. But since the last game, he is 1 of 4 from the free throw line, and that's not like Darius. And then the fact that Starks had missed a free throw. So back-to-back free throw misses by your two leading scorers.
The Matadors didn't shoot a free throw in the first half, but the last 3 misses have all come in the last 5 minutes of the game. There was a miss by Anderson, and then the two more recent ones, the miss by Starks to the front into the 1-and-1, and then Darius Brown missing the and-1.
And they're going to rue the day that they look, they're shooting 7 of 10, and normally I say 70% will get it done. 11 of 16 are the Bows, so they're not shooting great. But this was your opportunity. Now the Matadors, if the ball remains in their possession, they have a chance to take a lead, and they've not led all game long. Let it fly, young fellas. Atten Wright had an open three, and he thought about it maybe a little bit too much, but he didn't let it fly, and that's what I like.
So the Matadors back out on the floor. I don't know what they're checking.
Checking to see for sure the ball went off of the Bows.
That's why you're here, AZ.
Every once in a while I help you out.
Oh, you always help me out, man. What are you talking about? You're the man over there. If I'm ever accused of a crime, AZ, we've already talked about this. You're driving the Bronco because you can say you're AZ. Now, you won't swear. That's the difference. You'll say, gosh darn it, but you know what I mean. 90 seconds to play in regulation. We're tied at 75. Brown, Anderson, Starks, Wright, and Merck-Veladze on the floor for CSUN. 2 juniors and 3 freshmen. Merck-Veladze with a quick touch right back to Darius on the right side. Right wing Anderson for CSUN. Resets with Brown on the right side. Outside left now. This is Starks for CSUN. 10 to shoot for TJ. TJ crosses over against Madut. He's down underneath. Left hand off the basket. No good. Ball bouncing around. Run down by Jardine in the corner. Hawaii basketball and through the lane. And he turns it over. Starks left corner for 3. Bounces off the back iron, out of bounds off of Coleman. CSUN retains possession with under a minute to play.
The Matadors have had opportunity after opportunity. They need to run a play. Starks right now is trying so hard to score it. Sometimes he might have to let that come to him, but I don't mind. He's trying to help his team, but he took a couple of tough shots.
Mark Gottfried going to draw up a play with 54 6/10 of a second to play in regulation. 75 apiece. Little bookkeeping here. So the Matadors just used the timeout. They'll have one left for Ron Ganot and the Warriors as well. Possession arrow favors Hawaii. 9 fouls for the Warriors. So the next foul they commit, Matadors get 2 shots. 7 fouls for the Matadors. So Hawaii still in the 1-and-1 for a little bit, Alan. And the score obviously 75 apiece.
The Matadors were down 23 in the first half, Gazal. And you couldn't have imagined that the Matadors could come all the way back to tie this game up. But the Matadors did get it to within 7 before the half. Then the Matadors, once again in the second half, got down by, I believe, as many as 14 in the second half. And now it's a tie ball game. At some point, if they take a lead, will they be able to hold it if they can take a lead?
So right to inbound. Underneath the basket, left of the stanchion. And Coleman is just going to try to keep the ball on the right side of the floor. Wright looking in, gets it to Brown. Brown backs off right wing on the dribble. Top of the circle, Starks. CSUN basketball, we're tied at 75. Shot clock down to 10 for the Matadors. Here's Brown in front. Merck-Veladze right of center for 3. Bangs off the back iron. Run out by Madut for Hawaii. Madut left to right on the right wing now. About an 8-second differential between shot and game clock. So should Hawaii hit, the Matadors will get another opportunity. Front court right bails, and timeout Ron Ganot, the last timeout for Hawaii with just a tick under 26 seconds to play.
I tell you what, these freshmen are taking shots. I mean, Merck-Veladze did not hesitate. He didn't make the 3, but he didn't hesitate on it. And Atten Wright didn't make his, but he didn't hesitate. So you got to love it. I mean, the Matadors can't seem to take a lead, and I think Starks would have preferred to have taken the shot. You kind of want to live and die with your leading scorer.
So it's Hawaii basketball. 25 and 9/10, so we'll call it 26 seconds on the shot clock. Or 26 seconds on the clock, 18 on the shot clock remain. So an 8-second differential. If they were to evaporate the entire shot clock, the Matadors at the very least will get 8 seconds to set up a shot. Ideally, you want to play good defense, get the defensive rebound, and then have an opportunity to win the game.
Exactly, but you've got to be able to get that defensive board. That's what's going to be so important for the Matadors, is to get a defensive board. And I definitely always want the ball, though, in Darius Brown's hands to decide who's going to shoot it. So if I'm the coaching staff of the Matadors, win this ball, if the Matadors get it back, if they're able to get it back, whether it's tied or they're down, put it in Darius Brown's hands and just let him decide if he's going to shoot it, who he's going to pass it to. Let him be the individual that makes the determination.
We're all tied up, 75 apiece. Deja vu all over again, nearly 24 hours later. It came down to the last shot yesterday. Same deal here today. Warriors with the basketball. Let's see. I would look for it to be either Jardine or Madut. Sideline inbound. Bales right wing. Jardine in front, cycles left of center to Madut. Back to Jardine. Jardine trying to drop it off and they turn it over. Jean-Marie wasn't ready for the pass.
The Matadors should take the very last shot.
So 75 apiece. Here's Brown directing traffic. Darius against Bales. Veers to the left. Spins back. Left wing three for Darius at the buzzer. No. Offensive rebound. Anderson at the buzzer. No, we have overtime.
I like that Darius took the shot. I love that he took it. He was going to determine it one way or the other.
So the bad news is, the good news is we're going to overtime. So the bad news is the Matadors don't win. The good news is with 5 more minutes, that's some more time for DB2 to get that triple-double.
Yep.
We'll step aside and come right back. 75 apiece, Matadors and the Bows. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health, Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fanchesters proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Overtime here at the Matadome, 75-75, CSUN and Hawaii. A little bookkeeping. Hawaii starts with the ball in the overtime period.
No, don't they jump it? I thought they jumped it.
Oh, they are going to jump it. You're right. So Merck Veladze and Jean-Marie going to jump. They're moving the players around. A timeout added for both teams, so now the Matadors have 2, the Bows have 1. Jeff Ketchum will toss it up between Jean-Marie and Merck Veladze, and easily won by Hawaii. Under 5 minutes to play in this overtime period. Madut with Bales on the left side. Bales has the basketball. Hesitation, dribble, free throw line. Madut turns around, and the 15-footer is off the back iron. Another rebound for Darius Brown. That's 13. Up the right side, Starks for CSUN. TJ, little hesitation move underneath, double clutch. Trying to go through 3 Bows, regains the ball. They cycle it out right of center. Here's 3 from Brown. Off the back iron, no. The long rebound comes out to Anderson for CSUN. Darius about 28 feet out straight away. Down the left side of the lane, kicks to the right wing. 3 for Anderson, and that's money.
One freshman finally hit his shot, and the Matadors have their first lead of the ball game.
78-75, the Matadors lead, as Alan said, for the first time tonight. Left side, Madut for Hawaii. Bales in front, cycles it right of center, Coleman. Left side, Bales, back to Coleman, right wing. Thought about 3. Puts the ball back down to the floor. 10 to shoot for the Bows. Right out on Bales on the left side. Coleman cycles it right wing. They drop it down right baseline for Jardine. Jardine underneath, reverse layup, left to right, yes.
Nice move that time by Jardine, not settling for a jump shot.
78-77, CSUN by 1 with the ball. Under 4 minutes to play in overtime. Brown in front for CSUN. Darius to the left side. Kicks to Starks, front court left. On the near side against Madut. Starks for CSUN, moves to the right side. Between the leg dribble, top of the circle, down the right side is Starks. Gets away with a little push and lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice strong move that time by Starks.
That's Denzel in training day. That's King Kong, ain't got nothing on me.
You better believe it.
80-77, Matadors by 3. Bales in front, swings left wing for Madut. Lobs it right baseline for Jean-Marie, trying to slew foot underneath. Puts it up, but a travel.
Yeah, he slid his pivot foot trying to get a little better positioning underneath the basket.
Matadors basketball, they're up 3, 80-77. Brown, Anderson, Starks on the floor with Merck, Veladze, and Atten Wright. Starting 5 out there for the Bows. It's Bales, Madut, Coleman, Jardine, and Jean-Marie. Right wing, Merck, Veladze for CSUN. Alex to the basket, left hand no, and a whistle.
Alex should have finished that, though. He was fouled, but he's got to finish that. He had a clear path to the basket. He got bodied a little bit, but he's got to be able to lift that ball up over the rim.
Jean-Marie didn't like the call, and free throws coming up for Merck Veladze. Alex, though, hasn't been the greatest free throw shooter for the Matadors. He is 15 of 25, 60%.
Well, he just needs to at least make one of these free throws. He's got 2 coming. Step up there, young man. Take your time. Knock it down.
First free throw. Rattles the iron and drops through.
Yeah, that one is pretty as a swish.
Yeah. 81-77 now, a 4-point lead for the Matadors. Second free throw coming. Swish, nothing but net. 82-77, CSUN up by 5, under 3 minutes to play in overtime. Bales in front to Jardine, cycles it front court left to Madut. Madut had a big game yesterday, has been held in check most of today. Coleman to the right wing for Jardine, here's 3. Back iron, no. Jean-Marie over the back of Merck Veladze, taps it to Brown for CSUN. Brown ahead to Starks on the left side. TJ breaks down Jardine off the dribble. Double clutch off the window, and Madut undercuts him. A foul on Madut. To the free throw line goes TJ Starks.
Okay, Mr. Starks missed the front end of a 1-and-1. That would have put the Matadors ahead. Actually, would have tied the ball game when the last time he had an opportunity. Now he needs to knock down 2 free throws.
What was the young guys tonight, AZ? You know, Darius had a great game. TJ with 23, and he's to the line right now. First one. Front rim, it's short.
He's tired, is all. He is really, really tired, but he's still trying to fight through it.
And he's banged up too. That's the other thing we were talking about yesterday. That TJ's a little banged up. He's dealing with some stuff, but he's going to go out there and play. Going to take a lot more than nagging injuries to keep him on the bench. Second free throw coming for the lefty. Yep, nothing but net. 83-77. It's a 6-point lead for the Matadors. Hawaii basketball, they trail 83-77. Nearing the 2-minute mark in OT. Right wing Coleman, left-hander wide open 3 off to the right. Look at Brown fly in for the defensive rebound.
Well, the 3-pointers are not falling right now for the Bows.
Hawaii 12 of 26 from beyond the arc this evening. Merck Veladze trying to screen Madut, but Madut doing a nice job fighting it. Right wing, Atten Wright for CSUN, 9 to shoot for the Matadors. Right double team, trying to find Merck Veladze, right baseline. Alex the fadeaway. Rattles around the rim, no. Defensive rebound, Hemsley for Hawaii. Bales pushing left to right. Lobs it ahead for Coleman on the right wing. Coleman, one dribble, terminates his dribble. Brown out on him, back to Bales. Bales to the top of the circle against Wright, terminates his dribble. Back to Coleman on the right wing for Hawaii. Timeout, Iran Ganat with 94 seconds to play, and his team down 83-77.
I tell you what, Merck Veladze is not afraid to take a shot. He took a tough shot, but he's not afraid to take it, and he knocked down a couple of free throws, so I'm not mad at the youngster.
I mean, Alex is a big-time player. Remember, he played at Modesto Christian, was a big-time player there, but also the Georgia national team. He has an international experience since he's 17 years old, so he's a little bit older. He is a freshman, and he'll need to mature, and I'll tell you what, by the time he's a junior in this league, Alan, he's going to be an absolute monster.
Yes, he will, and he's learning with each and every
I mean, he's pretty good right now, don't get me wrong.
Each and every practice, each and every game, and the Matadors were down 23 points is all. That, and to be up now, look, there's plenty of time left in this game. This game is so far from over, but I'm amazed at their ability to come back the way they have.
So Hawaii trails by 6. They have the basketball. Madut, Bales, Jean-Marie, Hemsley on the floor. Attacking is Bales. The layup, no. Defensive rebound, Anderson for CSUN. The Matadors out-rebounding the Bows. Remember, who came in as a +7. In league play, the Matadors' rebounding deficit was 5. So 75 ticks left in this one. The Matadors nursing a 6-point lead. Front court left, Starks for the Matadors. TJ waits for Merck Veladze to pop. He'll move to the left side. Starks down the right side of the lane, strong to the basket, right hand off the window, and yes.
I'm sorry, Gazal. He knew what he was going to do. He just wanted to get to the rim.
85-77, Matadors by 8. Matadors undefeated this year when they score more than 80 points. Right wing, Madut has it dispossessed by Starks, right by Brown. Ahead to Starks. TJ lays it up and in, and I think that's the triple-double.
That's a great pass.
87-77, Bales, where he won the game yesterday, no. Darius Brown plucks the rebound away. Insane. Brown has 18 points, and I believe that's rebound number 16. Matadors just freezing the basketball. They're up 10, and the foul on Merkbaladze with 18 seconds to play. So congratulations, Darius Brown. Unofficially 18 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists. The second Matador in Division I history with a triple-double. His buddy Elijah Harkless had one last January against St. Catherine's.
Every point, every rebound, every assist needed.
First free throw from Merkbaladze rattles out. And how about this young man? 15 points, 7 rebounds for Merkbaladze, but his defense down underneath, AZ.
Yeah, it's been clutch.
1 of 2 for Merkbaladze to make it 88-77, and the Matadors are just going to let the clock expire here. Hawaii will probably have to haul up a 3. Instead, they'll lob to Jean Marie underneath and just let him go to the basket more or less, and he misses the layup. Tapped that into the corner. Madut with 5 seconds left. He sinks the 3. And the Matadors will inbound the basketball. Attenwright will dribble out the clock. And how about the come-from-behind victory for the Matadors? 88-80. They knock off Hawaii in overtime, having trailed by as many as 23 points in the first half. The Matadors come back and win, and they even up the series. They split the series, and what a game for Darius Brown. Triple-double, 18 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists.
And they were able to beat the Rainbow Warriors. The Rainbow Warriors had not lost a game when they led at halftime, 7 in a row. That streak is done with.
And, you know, I'm just the Darius Brown stan. I've been on his team since the beginning. He came here as a freshman, and what a game for him. We'll step aside and wrap it up for you on the postgame show, ladies and gentlemen. 88-80 to score here from the Matadome. Back with the postgame, brought to you by Under Armour after this.
It's game time, Matador fans, and at Northridge Toyota, it's game on. With over 700 new, certified, and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, they're sure to have one that's just right for you. Come in and see why Northridge Toyota is the fastest growing Toyota dealership in the San Fernando Valley. Northridge Toyota, big enough to count, small enough to care. Located on Nordoff across the street from the Northridge Mall, and proud supporters of CSUN Athletics. Go Matadors!
It's not just a haircut, it's an authentic experience with True Barbershop. Book your appointment now at TrueBarbershopInc.com. True Barbershop is committed to serving the community and have partnered with the Matadors to unite the Valley, one haircut at a time. With a team of 8 professional and qualified licensed barbers, True Barbershop can service all ages from kids to seniors to retired and military. True Barbershop is located at 9229 Reseda Boulevard in Northridge and is a proud supporter of CSUN Athletics.
The Matadors with the win over Hawaii. And I'll tell you what, Alan, and I think you agree with this. You know, I think at times in college basketball, coaches sometimes get a little bit too much credit, you know, particularly when when you have all the best recruits, obviously you're going to win. And, I include myself in this. You lose sight of everything because you're so focused on the wins and losses, and we'll get to the numbers, and we'll get to Darius Brown and all that. What a job Mark Gottfried has done this year. I mean, it doesn't reflect in the record, but we see this team. He's got freshmen out there, and they're figuring out a way to come back from 23 points down. And we've watched this team, and last year, you can pencil in Lamine and Elijah and Terrell, and you can roll the ball out there and go. And this year, they don't have that. They've been undermanned all year, injuries and pauses and this, that, and the other. And this is a big one today for Mark Gottfried and the Matadors.
Well, it's the biggest one. Look, a 31-point swing is all. The Matadors at one time were down 23 points. And there was no way anyone thought that the Matadors could actually come back and win this ball game. Because for all the things that you said, But Coach Gottfried and his staff said, we're going to figure it out some way to at least get back in this ball game bit by bit. They know they can't eat the elephant with one bite, but they sure did get the Ginzu knives out and cut them up in small pieces and then started to take that elephant down. And it was just a matter of guys like Darius Brown and TJ Starks, yes, they have to play well. But to be able to get the other effort from Merk Veladze, Anderson, just stepping up and playing the way he played. And even though there wasn't a lot of scoring, it was excellent defense by the young freshman Atten Wright.
You know, we talked about it before the game. I mentioned it to Mark Gottfried. With this team, you know, the focus is going to be on Darius and TJ. And yesterday, Iran Ganat and the Bows said, okay, we're not going to worry about TJ Starks. We're just going to deny Darius the ball and just make it difficult for them to run their offense when we have an opportunity. And they have the personnel. You know, they can run Coleman out at him. They can run Madut out at him. They can run Bales. You know, Bales, he looks like almost a Darius Brown clone when he was a freshman. And so, you know, TJ goes for 31. But the reason the Matadors are in the game yesterday is they got 20 points between the two of them from Herrick and from Merk Veladze. Tonight, it was Alex and it was Amon Anderson. And we saw flashes from Amon Anderson early in the season. Then they had the pause. Then he got hurt. And it looks like he's finally back and feels in rhythm yet again.
I mean, look, Anderson, you're going to go over the stats, but what just jumps out at me right now, I got to touch on 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
8 rebounds by Anderson. And playing all those minutes. Anderson played almost 34 and well, he did play 34 and a half
35 minutes, yeah.
And look, he has to be tired. This is a back-to-back, and so I'm just so impressed with the fact that the coaching staff believed in these young guys, the coaching staff threw these young guys out there, and then these young guys delivered for them.
On the Hawaii side, it's the stat report, which is presented to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. So first, I want to let you know, Matadors postgame presented by Under Armour, official outfitter of CSUN Athletics. Under Armour, built to make you better. Check GoMatadors.com for the latest in CSUN branded apparel, and we'll swerve right into the Buffalo Wings stat report, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 9301 Tampa Boulevard in Northridge. Save time by ordering takeout from their website from the favorites to go menu. The 20-20 and 15-15 wing combos still available for a limited time. We'll start with Hawaii. James Jean-Marie, 5 points and 7 rebounds in his 31 minutes for Hawaii. Kazdan Jardine started off hot and finished hot in the middle. The Matadors did an okay job on him. 22 and 9 for him in 30 minutes. I believe I'm trying to check not a career high for him. So 22 and 9 looked like he was headed for a career high. Matadors kind of reined him in. Junior Madut, 11 points, 7 rebounds, good all-around performance for him in 37 minutes. Noel Coleman had 15 points and 4 rebounds in 42 minutes of play. Coleman was pretty good for Hawaii today in place of the injured or the ill Justin Webster, who didn't see the floor today. So Coleman, his previous career high had been 11, 15, a new career high for Coleman. Bawali Bales, who I enjoyed watching him play, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists for him in 37 minutes, and he brings to the table a lot of what Darius brings to the table. He reminds me of Darius when Darius was a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, just a guy who stays under control, runs a team, tough-minded, and the coaching staff depends on him.
Well, and then he can develop. There are parts of it, Darius wasn't a scorer when he was a freshman, and now he's much more of a scorer with 2 years of experience under his belt. Cameo for Beon Riley, played 10 minutes, got a point from the free throw line, an assist and a rebound as well. Mate Sholina, 6 points, 3 rebounds in his 12 minutes on the floor. Justin Hemsley played 16 minutes, just 2 points and 2 rebounds. He's a defensive guy. They're not looking for a lot of scoring from him. And 8 minutes for Javon McClanahan. He had that 1 3-point bucket and a couple of assists for Hawaii. Overall, the Bows, 28 of 69, 41%, 13 of 29, 45% from beyond the arc, 11 of 16, 69% from the free throw line, 41 rebounds, 15 assists, 15 turnovers. And I want to make a point because the Matadors out-rebounded Hawaii today 46-41. Coming into play today, Hawaii was a +7 in rebounding. The Matadors in Big West games were a -5. That's big. And you already mentioned the rebounds for Anderson, and we talked about Darius already, but the fact that the Matador guards rebounded was so big today.
Yeah, that we talked about the out-hustle, outscore, and the hustle. That's what happened. The Matadors were out-hustling them for those loose balls to get some second-chance opportunities, and they had to use all that effort and energy, and they did, and I'm so proud of them.
All right, Mark Gottfried's going to join us now before here on the post-game show, brought to you by Under Armour, as he always does, and we'll just give Coach a call right now as we'll bring him on momentarily. And what a win for him to rally this team back from more than 20 points in the first half. The fact that they were able to win this ball game is just incredible for the Matadors, and just unlikely, improbable, but if you're a Matador fan, you got to be happy with what happened with CSUN 88-80 the final today. Under Armour postgame, Mark Godfrey joins us on the postgame with Alan and Ghazal. First of all, Coach, congratulations. A big win for you guys.
Well, thank you. I'm really, really proud of these guys. They battled. We're down 23, I think it was, in the first half, and they start the game and shoot, they never couldn't miss. Yep. And but I'll tell you, our guys hung in there and played really hard, and Darius was just spectacular in every phase, his rebounding and scoring, and TJ was good. Amon, how about Amon's play? What a terrific job, and Alex, and really all of them. But it was a gutsy win. I think these young guys grew up a little bit today, so really proud of them.
Coach, and I said this on the air too before, we get lost, and I include myself in this. You get lost in the wins and losses of it and the standings and this, that, and the other. And I just want to take this opportunity. You've been around the block a few times, and you've had top 10 teams and teams in the tournament, and you've been an assistant on a national championship team. And I just want to credit you with the job you've done this year, with everything that's going on from the schedule to the injuries. These guys are in every game, and I think in a lot of ways sometimes coaches get too much credit, because they're bringing in top 10 players. But in this situation, what you've done this year, just in terms of keeping this team together, has just been so impressive. And just and I know we're gonna break down every move you make the rest of the season. I just wanted to let you know that we appreciate what you guys have done, you and the entire staff, Coach.
Well, I'm really proud of these players, and I appreciate you saying that. And they just did a heck of a job in their battling. And, we've had a lot to overcome, and this is a strange year. We're sitting there in the locker room thinking, somebody could test positive for their team. Hell, we might be done for the year.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things happening, and the emotion. And I got to tell you, these guys, man, they were down, and they just hung in there. They didn't fold. They didn't bark at one another. There's none of that. Boy, they stuck in there and slowly got it back in the first half, and then I thought we really just played really well. But I appreciate those kind words, but I tell you, I like these young guys. Our young guys grew up today. They got a little experience, and they're in a crunch time of a good conference game, and that's how they get better. So, really, really proud of how they fought it all the way to the end.
Well, Coach Ghazal, it rightly so credit you for your wonderful coaching, but the reason why he did it was because I was pleading and begging, Coach, please come out of the zone, please come out of the zone. And of course, I knew nothing of what to do, and you kept those kids in that zone, and it worked. And so brilliant coaching. But another brilliant coaching move is you've been trying to get low post scoring, and you figured, if I can't get it from my bigs, I'll just get it from the guards.
Well, we were able to spread the floor out, and we went small. And what we were hoping to get, and we got some, was some penetration and maybe some really unselfish passes, and they really did a good job with that. And so we spread the floor out. Darius was terrific. I thought the shot Amon made there, the start, in the overtime was really big. TJ had some opportunities to drive it because the floor was spread. So, and then the zone defense, I thought we struggled to guard them in our man. We could not stop their penetration. I thought it hurt us. And, you go back sometimes, and I've always said this, the natural thing is if you play zone, you might give up more threes, but sometimes your zone can, you can defend the three a little better sometimes if you know where they are and you can get to them a little bit. So these young guys kept adapting throughout the game. They kept making some good adjustments. So ended up working out pretty good today.
And it's funny, we always joke about this, Coach. You're like a good stockbroker, Coach. You don't panic, If it goes down or if it goes up, you let the plan work. And something you and I have talked about for 3 years, you always emphasize the importance of guards rebounding. And today, it's not a big deal. You out-rebounded them by 5, but it's if you look underneath, they came in games, they're a +7 in the rebounding, and in conference play, you guys had been a -5, and now all of a sudden you talked about, obviously Darius, but Amon getting some rebounds. TJ got a couple of rebounds today. Brendan got some rebounds in the first half, and all of a sudden your guards are getting defensive rebounds, and, Darius, I think, got 16 on his own, And it's just so important because it does two things. It stops the offensive sequence for the other team, and then it triggers your break because now Darius has the ball off the board or Amon has the ball off the board, and they're bringing the ball into the front court.
Well, they did a really nice job, and it's something we just kept talking about. It's got to be a rebounding day by committee. You know, if we're going to play small, that means everybody's got to stick their nose in there and get one. I thought Amon had a couple, 3 or 4 there late in the game that were just really critical rebounds, and he did a great job. And then, you know, again, I don't want to make this go unnoticed. You know, I've coached some pretty good guards in my day, and today, the way Darius played, yeah, it's about as good a performance in a basketball game. And you look at his stat line, and you don't see that very often. That's pretty spectacular what he did. And you know, he had 5 steals to go along with the triple-double. So he just was terrific and made some terrific passes, too. And we spread the floor and played with the middle ball screen. You know, he really did a nice job of finding guys in that. And so he was just terrific.
Well, you know, hey, Coach, I was very vocal that I thought Darius should have been on the preseason All-Big West team, and a lot of people got upset with me to say you're biased. And I think the problem with – and he has a great stat line, you're right, but I think the issue with Darius is you got to watch him day to day to see everything he does to get everybody better. I want to bring up something you and I talked about in the pregame. You know, yesterday – everybody knows, you know, TJ and Darius are going to do what they do, and TJ had another great game for you today. He had 28 points for you. But yesterday we talked about how Alex and Brendan kept you in it, and today it's the 2 young guys. It was the freshmen. And Alex is getting a little better every game, Coach, and you told us he would. And then Amon Anderson, well, he's obviously healthy now, right, Coach?
Well, I thought Amon was just terrific. And, yeah, I thought the first half, too, Fidelis, you know, another freshman, had a couple nice moves. He just got into foul trouble. But, you know, Atten is going to be – they're all going to become good players, you know, and they just need time. You know, you got to get time on the floor and experience. And Alec is getting a little bit more comfortable. He's knocking down his shot. He's around the rim, a little bit better offensively. And then, you know, defensively, he's rebounding the ball. And so, you know, all those guys are contributing, those young freshmen. We're playing 4 of them, a lot of minutes. And, you know, they're just going to get better and better the more time they get.
Well, Coach, the last thing for me is that, you know, we talked about, you know, the things that you must do to have this team get better towards the end of the season. And it could have got derailed if everything kept going the way it did in the first half. But now you've got to like the trajectory. Even though you're going to go to a tough place at Bakersfield, you got to like the trajectory with these last 2 games.
Well, it's all about how you finish. It's something we talk about all the time. And, you know, let's not forget, they had to bank one in. You know, we had the lead, and the guy missed it so bad yesterday he made it, you know, banked it. But could have won 2. And, you know, for us, it's about how we finish. You know, the goal out there is the greatest show on earth, which is the NCAA tournament. That's why we're playing this year in the midst of a pandemic. So let's see if we can keep going and get a little bit better and then keep improving, and we'll have our hands full, you know, our next 4 games in the tournament. But these guys are – I don't believe our guys are going to lay down. I think they're going to compete, and that's exciting.
All right, Coach. Hey, Coach Mark Gottfried, appreciate it joining us on the post-game. Matadors win this one 88-80. We'll see you in Bakersfield, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Mark Gottfried joining us on the post-game show, and Matadors win this one 88-80. And John Van Houten stopping by to say hi, and what a job he's done this year, too, kind of in a hybrid role, now having to work with the players as well as do the Dobo duties.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the staff, and you know, it does matter that they've got Hoot and then, of course, Coach Herrick, who didn't care that we were on the air. He just wanted to tell us how proud he was of his team, and I like that.
That's great.
I love it.
That's great. No, Coach, and listen, Chris Roberts is a mentor of mine, and, man, Coach Herrick has done more than his share of interviews on air, and he's right now just kind of basking in the development of his young guy. You know, and that's something he takes a lot of pride in. I remember the first conversation I ever had with Coach, you know, here's a guy who was in his late 70s, early 80s coming back in, and he explained to me, he said, hey, if it wasn't for Mark, I wouldn't be here. And, you know, it's a relationship that I've cultivated with him for 30 years. And then he said, you know, in his old West, and Tim Wilhelm, by the way, does a great Jim Herrick impression. Mine's not as good. But he says to me, he goes, Gazal, I love practice. And he loves teaching. He loves coming out here and teaching. And maybe this team isn't as talented as last year's team, Alan, but with the young guys, you're out here and you're you're teaching an Atten Wright, you're teaching a Fidelis Okereke and Amon Anderson and Alex Merkviladze.
And these young guys, at some point when they become older, and they're going to look back and be so thankful and grateful they had the opportunity to be taught by a wonderful man such as Coach.
Yeah, we haven't finished the stat report. We'll go back to the Matadors here. Merkviladze, 16.7 rebounds for him, and made 3 of 4 free throws, which I know is big for you. 28 points, 11 of 24 shooting for T.J. Starks. But again, you look at 24 shots to make 28 points. But, man, he hit some big ones down the stretch.
And what I really love, Gonzalez, is when he was tired, he went to the coaches and said, I got to get out, I'm tired. They had him sit for a good while, and when he came back in, he was fresh, and then he just took over like he's supposed to. And that's what a leader does. He doesn't hurt his team if he knows he can't perform the way they need him to.
3 points for Atten Wright in 29 minutes. He was 1 of 5 from the floor. Did have a couple of steals and did a pretty good job defensively. I thought he got a little bit of, he got a little bit of miscarriage of justice. Got called for a foul late that probably wasn't a foul.
Yeah, but you have to live with it. But he's out here right now shooting free throws.
Brendan Hare at 22 minutes for him, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist for Brendan, who played a solid game. Festus Andamania, 8 minutes of rebound, got into a little bit of foul trouble. He doesn't seem like himself all year, AZ.
No, he's not. And I just wondered how much he's recovered from maybe not feeling well earlier in the year. But they're going to need him desperately, so hopefully he can really get himself together.
4 points, 3 rebounds in 14 minutes, 2 of 3 from the floor, Fidelis Okereke. And Coach was right. He only credited with 1 block, but he did a lot of work down underneath that made it difficult for the Hawaii Bigs. And although it's weird, he's only 6'6", but he's so sturdy. He's a tough matchup for some of these guys for 6'11", 6'10", 6'11". Reminds me a little bit. Remember J.J. Thomas, when he would, at 6'6", would give problems to bigger guys.
And he's just a youngster, Gonzalo, and as you mentioned, he's just really learning the game, and he's going to get so much better. But his 4 points tonight were huge.
Well, they're smiling at Lusinger High School right now because Amon Anderson, 35 minutes for him, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 5 of 6 from the line. More importantly, the timing, Alan. Talk about clutch. When the Matadors needed him to perform, he did. He hit the 3 that got them going in overtime, and he made some key defensive rebounds down the stretch.
He hit the 3 that got them the lead for the very first time in the ball game, and the Matadors never relinquished it. And it was helpful to have him out there for all those minutes because he really played smartly.
42 minutes for Darius Brown, 18 points, 16 rebounds, a new career high, 10 assists, 5 steals, the second triple-double in university history at the Division I level. Elijah Harkless had the first one back in January of 2020. 8 of 12 from the floor. And I like the new Darius Brown where he's aggressive. When they give him the lane, he's taking the ball to the rim.
You know, it's something. He missed the shot that and the game had to go to overtime, but it was a wonderful shot that he took. And I'm kind of glad he missed it now. He's able to get that triple-double because he doesn't get the triple-double if they don't go to overtime.
That's true.
I'm very, very thankful that the Matadors got the win, and he got a chance to have his name now alongside his good friend Elijah Harkless.
32 of 72 were the Matadors, 44%. 13 of 32 from 3, 41%. 11 of 16 from the free throw line, 69%. The Matadors were +3 in points off turnovers. They were a +5 in second chance points. That's the game right there, Alan.
That's the game right there, and every second chance point was so important.
They out-rebounded Hawaii by 5, 46-41, 14 assists to 11 turnovers. So they win a game even though they don't have as many, more assists than Hawaii, which has usually been the trend for them. And the Matadors win this one by a score of 88-80 in OT. We'll jump now to the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by True Barbershop, located at 9229 Reseda Boulevard and at TrueBarbershopInc.com. They're still accepting appointments. Go to their website. You can schedule one. It's owned by Matador alums. They're proud supporters of CSUN Athletics. Daniel and David, two very nice young guys helping out the Matadors. They've cut AZ's hair. They've cut Devontae Morris's hair. They'll cut your hair as well if you make an appointment for them, as Alan calls Amon Anderson over. At historic Titan Gym in Fullerton, the Titans in the rivalry game, giving it up for UC Irvine. They lead 60-58 late in the ball game, under 5 minutes to go. Amon Anderson comes by to say hello, and that's a tough one. Irvine won yesterday, but Dedrick Taylor and his club giving the Anteaters all they can handle this evening.
No, you knew they would. I mean, look, that's as you said, that's the real Orange County rivalry.
Long Beach State 74, Cal Poly 69. Isaiah Washington 10.7 assist. Ali Karoma with 22 points for the Mustangs. You got to feel for John Smith, but Long Beach State holds court at home.
Yeah, you have to hold court at home, and look, they've got some talent. Long Beach State has some talent, and they're finally getting a chance to play together. So they're going to be tough come tournament time.
How about UC Riverside? They're up 7 on UC San Diego. 3 minutes to go in that one. The Tritons hanging tough with the Highlanders, who will be here that first weekend in March.
Tritons can shoot the ball, Gazal. Anytime you got a team that can make three-pointers like they can, you're going to always be in the game. So, yeah, you want to get out of there with a win if you're Riverside, and you'll be happy.
7 p.m. tonight on ESPN3. It'll be UC Santa Barbara and CSU Bakersfield. Our good friend Jerry Fall on the call there. Hey, the runners gave Santa Barbara all they could handle yesterday. Santa Barbara did come away with the win, though.
Yeah, Santa Barbara is going to have another tough one tonight, I would think. Runners might get this one tonight.
That's like, that's the old school Outsiders movie. That is the Greasers and the Socias right there.
Exactly.
Bakersfield and UC Santa Barbara. And
darn you! I wish I'd have thought of that.
Yeah, that's the end of the out-of-town scoreboard from True Barbershop. We'll come right back, and Alan will wrap it up on the post-game from Under Armour, have the players of the game and the sign-off for you. Matadors win this one. Happy wrap-up from the Matadome, 88-80. CSUN over Hawaii in OT. Back with more Matadors basketball on the CSUN Sports Network, presented to you by Dignity Health Northridge Hospital Medical Center.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fanchesters proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Mid-Valley Dental Care is proud to be the official dental practice of CSUN Athletics. Doctors Casey and Terrence Lau have been listening, caring, and explaining for over 44 years. Just blocks from the CSUN campus at 8815 Reseda Boulevard, Mid-Valley Dental Care specializes in athletes' dental care, as well as cosmetic, orthodontia, oral surgery, and dental implants. Make your appointment today at midvalleydentalcare.com, official dental practice of CSUN Athletics.
Back on the post-game show from Under Armour, Players of the Game presented by Under Armour, official outfitter of CSUN Athletics. Under Armour, built to make you better. Alan Zinsmeister, first for the Bows of Hawaii. Who are you picking?
Keston Jardine. I thought he did a wonderful job. 22 points. He had 16 in the first half. He kept them in it, made some big shots, and had 9 rebounds and 4 or 7 from behind the three-point line. And for the Matadors, this is as easy as it's ever been for me, ever. Darius Brown the second, DB2, Pasadena Warrior, had all that good stuff. All I'm just going to say, Gazal, is what Coach said. If Coach can say that he's coached pros, and the stat line that Darius has is as good as any of the college's players that he can remember because of what and the importance of this game. Darius Brown, I'm not even going to repeat the stats. I'm just going to say he was wonderfully talented tonight.
Darius Brown and Kaz Jardine, your players of the game from Under Armour. Before we sign off, obviously, I want to say thank you to several people. Nick Bocanegra, obviously our sports information director for CSUN, doing a great job. And, of course, Neil Wanamoto, who does the same function for the University of Hawaii, getting us our game notes, our player information, and informing us about all the stuff. Technical director today, we weren't on Big West TV, but I'm going to give Matt Monroe the shout because he was the one giving us the updates on the delay. And then, of course, our game day managers, Jared Garcia, Robbie Yant here at the Matadome helping us out. And then, of course, the man, President Carter, Will Carter, who's our general manager for CSUN Matadors properties at Learfield IMG College. Alan Zinsmeister, final thoughts on the victory tonight.
Matadors, prove something to themselves, prove something to their fans, prove something to the coaching staff. They're not going to quit no matter what. They may be young, they might lose, but they're not going to go down without a fight. Today, they didn't lose, and they sure fought to the end.
Final score tonight, CSUN 88, Hawaii 80 in overtime. Our next broadcast will be Friday night from the Accardo Center in Bakersfield. We'll be on at 6:50 audio only. CSUN takes on CSU Bakersfield. For Alan Zinsmeister, my name is Ghazal Hassan. Talk to you on Friday from Accardo Center. The final tonight, CSUN 88, Hawaii 80 in OT. So long, everybody. Good night, Lou. Good night, Arthur. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under broadcasting rights granted by CSUN. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of CSUN and Learfield IMG College. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and approved by CSUN.